Crossover. Oh, killer crossover.
Just crossover.
It just crossed him over nastily.
Another victim to the crossovers. Cross him up and sit him down.
Time for the crossover with Austin Josh.
Oh, my gosh.
Doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
Joshton.
That's a ring
Just
company.
Joshton around.
Yeah.
Justin.
Or yearbooks and cap and gowns. Don't they do those
I know them
too?
quite well as somebody who has many rings.
Whoa.
We'll be getting one more
Justin.
next month.
Whoa.
Big Justin's guy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you guys have embarrassing old emails and or other account names that you are still actively using?
Oh,
I have
no.
I have an email.
Great
and then
question.
My Snapchat username I'm not too proud of,
Ooh.
but I can't do anything about it now.
Well, you could delete Snapchat.
No. I'm
Like an
still,
adult?
listen, I'm still in my 20s. The day I turn 30, it's gone. It's over.
Really?
I'm still a kid.
That's a good rule.
I know.
Yeah.
When do you turn 30?
Next year,
All right.
a month after my wedding. I purposely plan to not get married in my 30s.
Okay. So you have a year to snap it up.
Mm-hmm, that's right. As when
Send whatever it is you send on your old
Mhm.
Yeah,
Snapchat.
talk to Malik Beasley.
Yep. I immediately want to move away from this conversation now. I don't like where this conversation went.
Woof! What a stupid criminal.
Yeah. They
thing-
keep getting worse.
Good
too.
thing the LeBron news came out to save Malik Beasley.
Yeah,
no
that's
one's
true.
No one's talking about Malik these days.
I
right.
deactivated and deleted my Snapchat account very recently, within the last couple weeks.
That's very funny because I got a notification on Snapchat that said, "Do you want to add Connor Happer as a friend?"
How
I shouldn't have
how
done that.
recent was that?
Probably months ago.
Yeah.
Every single time I open it, it says "Do you want to add this person?"
Did you do it?
Usually, no. I haven't added a new person on Snapchat in years, probably.
Yep. I just said, you know what? I'm going to do this. It only annoys me.
Yeah.
What was the apex of Snapchat?
Mm.
When
Great question.
so
Probably 20.
I never added it. I took a staunch hard line that I wasn't adding any more social media apps after I think Instagram.
Is it social media though?
I don't know what it is.
I think it's more
didn't want it.
communication.
Yeah, it's more like WhatsApp than
Yeah.
Instagram, right?
At what
I think the
point-
apex was when you could do you could turn your face into a dog.
Oh, yes.
Mhm.
Yep. I do have I have a couple of photos of me out there in the ether of me and a dog.
It cracked me
I'll
up
show ya.
because the people who had it would tell me that I needed to get it, but then spend all of their time complaining about the annoying snaps that they receive.
That's
And so
funny.
it's like you're telling me I need to get something that I'm going to then complain about the entire time. I'm just going to avoid this.
It's actually a good
Smart.
point. Yeah.
See, is this bad? This is from July 28th, 2016. Do I need to delete this?
No, I mean it's a moment in time.
Yeah.
You're right. It's a time capsule.
Yeah.
Right?
Why would
Oh,
you
geez.
have to delete that?
The caption is, "Am I a white girl yet?" Let me look at the insights.
That's pretty good.
Still not in
Yeah.
delete territory.
Good
Yeah.
question.
Oh, yes. This was a very funny bit that I did when I was in high school. I'm reading the comments back. I would go to people's Instagram posts and their photos of them. And this is when I was in high school. And I would just be like, this is an average post, 6 out of 10. And I would just rate the post. And my favorite one was when there was 3 people in the post. I'd be like, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Or I'd say something like that every time. It was great. So a lot of people in this post have commented of me in a dog filter saying above average, way too average. A lot of people putting, someone said, "What do you identify as?" Oh man,
Yikes.
that was way ahead of its time. That was
Yeah.
a good bit. Good for them.
I bet looking at some of those, the old Instagrams or old Snapchats or old Facebook posts, that's a wild.
I feel like Shane Gillis. I'm going to get canceled one of these days if I'm not careful.
But I'm talking about
That was the
early-
best thing that
those.
ever happened to him.
That is true.
Early
I should get
2010s.
canceled.
He got canceled?
Yeah, because
He got hired on SNL. And then, I think before he was even on the show,
Mhm.
people were like, look at this comedy bit he did 5 years ago. You can't have
So
him on
this
the
is
show.
before he got big.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah.
And he immediately got big famous
Yeah.
after that.
because then he became friends with Joe Rogan, and then he sat on his podcast, and people were like, "That guy is funny.
Mhm.
He laughs at his own jokes. He must be funny."
And now he does commercials with Macklemore.
He does. Yes, that's right. Is he also in the Bud Light commercials?
I think so.
Yes,
think so
him and
too.
Post Malone.
Yes. Oh, yes. Great. And
he's
Peyton
kind of
Manning.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have we been out Gillist?
Look, it's Roy McIlroy.
Hey, Rory.
He's watching his boy Yannick Sinner struggle again, but somehow will be able to win against a lowly unseeded tennis
The
player.
guy
at
named
Wimbledon.
Nuno.
Struggle with a straight set victory.
Mm,
Correct.
You got to
Okay.
put yourself in Happer parlance.
interesting. Is tennis one of the worst sports to go and watch because you have to dress so nicely?
That sounds
Okay,
fun.
so I heard you with a take the other day that you don't think that you could play tennis because you'd wear a polo. Do you not golf?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
like the idea of no, you don't have to. You don't have to.
Polos can be lighter than regular shirts.
Yeah, but I don't like
my polo right now is lighter than your Creed shirt.
Okay. What's that
for a
supposed to
variety of reasons. It's not carrying the burden.
It's
of
airier, you know. Like, isn't that your point?
But my shirt is holier than thou because it's Creed.
That's true.
Now the problem I have with most polos
You really
is
missed a chance to say that it was your sacrifice.
oh damn it, Shafe, that was a good one. That was good. This shirt could take me higher if I wanted. Anyway,
shirt's down to one last
I'm
breath.
glad that you're
like.
embracing this with arms wide open.
oh dang it, Shafe, that was so good. I like that. All right, so
Crushing.
the problem I have with polos, these guys don't have the issue here. These are good. Most polos I found, the little flaps that come down,
Those are
too
called
large.
collars.
Too large. Way too large.
Those are
collars.
Those are it's called a collar.
What do you call these collars?
You clearly don't know what a polo is.
No, I hate polos.
What polo has flaps?
Those are flaps. They're collar
it's a
flaps.
tent?
That's called the
No.
collar.
I understand it's the collar, but when you bend them down, it becomes a flap.
That's what the collar does.
Listen,
that's how it
when
sits.
you were in
I don't
school,
think you know what a collar is.
I know what a collar is.
Ooh.
It's what they do on this show.
But
It's
you're
what
saying a
surrounds
collar
the
has
neck.
flap.
It looks like a flap. I knew what a collar was. I just wanted
collar-
to add a different description of it.
Those little flaps.
They are flaps. What are those? And you're gonna say, "Oh, it's the collar." But what does the collar look like right now? Flaps. Look at these guys. Look
How
at
would
Rob.
you describe a collar? I've never been asked to describe a
Yeah.
collar other
Yeah.
than it's a
And
collar.
now
So
I can't
again,
disassociate it with the word flap.
describe a collar without using the term collar?
It is a border for the neck hole of your garment.
And then when it
That's how you
and
describe
then
it.
what? And then what?
False.
Excess shirt that overflows and folds over the rest of your
also
shirt.
known as a flap.
Collar.
Not a flap.
You can't use collar when describing collar. That doesn't make any sense.
Nobody
No, I
nobody
didn't
wants
use
to
collar.
describe
I
collar.
use border.
We're describing collars right now. Why can't we?
Nobody can describe a collar. It's just a collar. Everybody knows what it is.
It's a border.
All right.
I have a collar.
That's a.
I have a collar.
Hey, but my collar does not flap.
That is true. This smock rocks on you.
I've heard there's
Great
recently
smock.
been a rash of Omaha police officers who, when they bring a suspect in for questioning, they go, "I have a collar."
That's great.
It's a long walk for that joke, but thank you all.
Hey, speaking of that, on our continuation of the dirt bike incidents occurring across Omaha,
It's happening.
I saw a child was arrested in Kearney yesterday for using
Good.
an electric scooter illegally.
Good.
So how do you
Jail.
do they put the child in jail?
Will they treat it like an MIP? And
I don't know. Hold on. I'll look up. I was reading the story earlier. I'll see if I can find it again.
I
It
hope
was
it's not
very
it.
funny to read.
Sounds like a felony to me. We'd put the kid, lock him up. No
Okay.
mercy.
So there was two different incidents. There was a juvenile on an e-scooter was struck by a vehicle, and another child was then arrested for illegal use of the Class I e-bike.
Damn. So he got hit by a car.
Play stupid
Yeah.
games.
There's two different kids. Two different kids is what it seems like. So that's interesting. Yeah. You got to be safe with your bikes. Again, I'm with you. Take away the motors. We don't need motors and we don't need collars. More flaps, less motors.
But
I am not willing to give up collars.
this has been a thing forever, though.
I'm pro turtleneck, by the way.
People on their bikes, I mean, blatant disregard for the law,
Yes.
even without motors.
Listen, as someone who trained for an Ironman last year, I felt like such a D-hole many times when I would have to get onto a public road and would just be, I'm sorry, I know how this looks. I look like a horrible human. Like everything must acquiesce to me.
Mhm.
And they had to because I was on a bike.
Were you brightly colored?
No, I didn't wear the leotard either. I wish I would have, but yeah.
You're in a no-win situation because if you go
No.
on the sidewalk, you're going too fast. If you
Mhm.
go on the street, you're going too slow.
Yep.
And the cars are behind you. I mean, there's no way to do it. And then if you build a bike path for them, it's even worse because
Mhm.
then they're taking up some of the road to have the bike path. The drivers get angry. There's no right way to do it.
And then
Yeah.
some of them don't follow the actual rules of which they're supposed to.
Mhm.
You have to be on basically head on a swivel anytime.
And we
a bike
know that
goes.
people are definitely not paying attention while driving
100%. Yep.
because nobody cares about other people when they're driving. They only care about themselves.
I think about that many times when I drive and
I care about other people.
when I'm
I try
turning-
to.
when I'm like turning and I'm in like passing the crosswalk, I always think I probably should have checked that crosswalk again. I don't think I gave it enough time if someone was trying to cross this crosswalk.
Yep.
But haven't hit anyone yet, so I must be doing good.
It's good. Try to not.
Mm-hmm. That's my goal.
Keep that streak
not
alive.
hit someone. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good of it so far.
How
People have
many
hit
years
me.
can you stack?
That's a good question.
Undefeated.
So people have hit me, but that doesn't count, right? Not my fault. A deer has hit me. Not my fault.
Yeah,
I don't think I've hit.
I have
anybody.
been in 2 car accidents. Both times I've been hit. Neither time would I claim fault.
Okay. Is that just like self-preservation? Like you're trying to convince yourself you weren't at fault? Or is that
one
the
of them
actual
was
facts?
a Jimmy John's driver, like
Already
hydroplaned
at
into
fault,
the
yes.
back of my car as we were
Mhm.
sitting at a stop.
Maybe if he wasn't freaky fast, he would have been fine.
Agreed.
I don't think
The
Jimmy Jones
other
has
one
cared about that
was,
for years.
an unmarked intersection, so it's technically considered we were both at fault. But my car was much further in the intersection before the police captain hit me.
That's fair. Oh,
So,
the police.
I've been hit
captain.
twice.
Wow.
A police captain, precinct captain, and a Jimmy John's driver.
To
So
be
I only get hit
wow.
by those who have like lights or extra on their car.
To be hit by a police captain has to be
Terrifying.
well, and also
It wasn't
maybe
great.
maybe the best scenario because if all things go right, everything should
I mean,
be
you have a
covered.
first responder
Yeah,
on the scene
right?
immediately,
Like, yeah.
and he came
No,
running
no.
over because I'm fairly certain.
Was he
shocked
typing
by
on
it,
his
too.
big computer next to
I
him?
don't know what he was doing.
No.
I also know he wasn't going the alleged 18 miles an hour that was put in
Wow.
a report.
18.
Didn't fight back.
18 is way
I
too
ended up on the
specific.
front
Yeah.
lawn of someone's, yard.
How do
So,
you know you're going 18 miles? I would have, if someone were to say, hey, Austin, what were you driving on your way down to 1620 today? I would have never given them a number that didn't end in a 0 or 5.
Sure.
I would have never said
Mhm.
18.
How bad did he miss it by?
I think he had to have been going faster than 18, given again that my car, 1, was totaled and 2 on the
Whoa.
front of a lawn.
So you think like
Oh.
over 40?
So 21
I
at
guess
minimum?
more like between 25 and 30.
I've seen too many movies. I'd think like, oh my gosh, this captain's going to go into cover-up mode and
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean,
put 2 in my head.
It was really fascinating because it's like we were in his precinct, but they had to call out someone that was higher ranking than him to then walk the accident scene, and 2, they couldn't use anyone that would have been in his precinct.
Interesting.
Okay.
Everyone had to come from further away. It was a really unique thing.
Mm.
I walked away fine. Like I only didn't even really have scratches.
Yeah.
You
You should have used your
my
emergency.
car did not walk
I
away.
was going to say, you should have used your emergency neck brace. I have one of those in my car. Every single time I get in an accident, I throw that thing on.
I have a regret that I didn't ask for an independent assessment of the accident.
Yeah.
Because it cost me roughly 20 grand.
The
even at
city
no
didn't
fault.
pay for your damages, your
No.
emotional distress.
Nothing was paid for.
Dang it.
So
Brutal.
my insurance covered, my vehicle,
Mm.
and so then that paid the remains on my loan.
Yeah.
And then I have to turn around and buy a new vehicle with like the $12 that didn't go
Wow.
towards.
Oh,
So
Thanks, city police.
I was gonna say like, damn.
brutal situation.
Yeah, that's a bad deal.
You could ask for help from your local
Protect
police
and serve.
officers. Yeah, exactly. Could ask for local police help when you lamppost Connor Happer later this year.
Nobody's
I won't
lampposting me.
lamppost Connor Happer. I'm just recruiting other people.
You're going to have the local city
Impossible.
PD do it. That'd be very fun.
I don't
Afraid
know
to get
who's-
your hands dirty.
It's going to happen.
I'm obsessed with this idea of lampposting.
I will
now.
not be lampposted.
Why not? What are you
I can't
afraid of?
be.
He can't be, he says.
What do you mean you can't be?
I will escape.
You'll escape? So you won't voluntarily do
He
your
thinks
time?
he's a Houdini of lampposting.
Hmm.
No, like if we're talking about in the situation where somebody comes up to me and tries to lamppost me,
Oh, okay. Then you're just gonna what? Like
I
Which
won't
again,
snap?
I
the
won't
wrist,
allow it.
break the
No
arm?
weaponry, no drugs.
Mm,
Now, we did not rule out no chokeholds, so they could put him in a
Whoa.
sleeper hold.
dang.
good luck.
You
Yeah, we
think
want
you
to
could
keep
break
it
a
pure.
sleeper hold?
Want to keep it natural.
Huh?
You could break a sleeper hold. What if it's by surprise?
But
Yeah, they catch him from behind. And
so
throw
once
him in the
again, I
vice
think the key here is that
That-
yes, I have to be detained first of all.
Mhm.
Maybe that's one thing. Maybe
Yeah.
it's hard. Maybe it's not.
by the police captain that
and then
arrested
you
Schaefer.
have to duct tape me to the lamppost
Mm.
at the same time while detaining me.
Difficult task.
What if they
It's two
do
things.
it through verbal threats?
No
Like,
weapons, no drugs.
That's what I'm saying. No weapons, no drugs. Just verbal threats. They say you get up on that lamppost. Would you follow?
I would not, because then I would be
I've got a
lampposted.
team at your house. Don't move.
Threats is interesting.
If you came home and your family was lampposted, would you be concerned?
I'd voluntarily lamppost myself at that point. Yeah. No kidnapping.
Yeah, that's
okay.
yeah,
Terry and
no
Arnold.
abductions. No abductions.
I know a guy.
Hey,
said no
I heard
abductions.
from Nick Saban that he was cool.
That's right. 99% of Terrian's life, he has never kidnapped someone, so he's a good guy. Okay.
Nick Saban's post-coaching career has taken an odd turn.
Fascinating.
Like,
You know, he never.
you managed to stay out of all of this stuff during your your highest
He's
profile
got his hands in a
part
lot
your
of
career.
things at this very moment. Yes.
Mm.
People keep calling him and ask him his opinion on stuff, and he keeps answering.
I wonder if I can email Nick Saban to say, should we lamppost Connor Happer? Do you think he'll have an opinion?
Well, first ask if he wants to be your wacky guest on Wednesday.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Good,
Yes,
get
yes.
Austin.
And
that would
then
be
while
huge.
he's your wacky guest, then you bring up lamppost.
That's a great plan. Be like,
He'd have an opinion.
what's your thoughts on voluntary kidnapping, Nick? Really put him in a bind. See if he doubles down on his opinions of his former player.
Well, Miss Terry would tell me not to do it.
I wonder how long does the former player and coach relationship last in legal terms? Like
That's forever.
in 20 years, can he still do this?
That's
like,
bond
he
that can
come
never
out-
be broken.
Yeah. So can he come out and if a former Alabama player, does a second kidnapping of some kind, can he come out and be like, yeah, but when he was 21, he sure could break on a football really well. So he's a good dude.
If you're looking for character letters, I mean, I think that'd be the right guy.
Who like, let's take this local. Who among us wouldn't? Hey, Dr. Tom, I'm in a jam. Can you get me out?
That would be good.
Send a letter. It means
And
a lot
he would
coming
say,
from you.
sorry, I'm at the Bananas game. I'm too busy to respond.
The funny thing about character letters is that it applies none at all to the idea that the person could have committed a crime.
That is fair.
Like
Yes.
this.
It's just like every Netflix documentary of a murderer where they interview the neighbor and just go, I could have never seen it being him.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're
Really?
just vouching that you have never witnessed them do the
Exactly.
the acting question.
Which is true.
All a character letter really is.
I don't know. Guy kept his lawn clean. I never would have thought he would chop up his entire family and feed him to the dog.
That's crazy.
It was. I mean, I really couldn't see it.
Yeah.
You know, for a guy with
Didn't
that
seem
much,
like the type. No one does.
a guy with that much security around his house, I never suspected he was doing something bad inside of the house. Interesting.
There are certain people who definitely seem like the type to, do.
Yeah, and they don't make true crime documentaries about those people because it just makes sense.
They're just
Absolutely.
so busy making true crime that we get to witness it
That's true.
as it plays out in real time.
Looks like my boy Sinner won. He plays an American.
Now he's your
An American
USA.
named Jensen, was it Booski?
USA.
Yeah.
Shabuzi's playing?
I don't think it's Shabuzi.
It was something like that. Boonzer or something.
Are we
like
still in on Shabuzi?
I was never in on Shabuzi.
Wow.
I was never out on Shabuzi.
That's got to be racist.
His
So-
name is Jensen Brooksby.
that?
This sounds like the most U.S. tennis player.
Where is he
of
from?
all
Actually, yes.
Alabama or Georgia?
Brooksby?
Oh, I was thinking upstate New York.
I thought he was from Brooklyn. Yes. Yeah.
That
Where's he
does
from?
feel more Tennessee.
He is from Carmichael, California.
Let's go.
Jensen.
Carmichael.
Jensen Brooksby.
Jensen Brooksby.
Jensen Brooksby.
No, well, he was born in Sacramento. He resides in Carmichael.
Sacktown.
Gotcha.
Bay Area.
He also
and
sounds
Backtown.
like
I would not have guessed this. He went to Baylor for college.
that's awesome.
Baylor.
He sounds like he won
Problematic.
prom king too. I'm gonna check on that.
Oh yeah. What's in this guy's wiki? What's his name? Jensen.
Jensen Brooksby, man.
Oh, hey, permission to read off of the wiki.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
please.
you just clicked on early life.
Early life.
Yeah, same.
Oh gosh.
Brooksby is autistic and has stated he was nonverbal until the age of 4.
Wow.
Now,
That's a lot to overcome. Like I said before, I am rooting for him tomorrow
Yeah, definitely.
against Yannick Sinner.
I do not have a child. Are most children nonverbal until the age of 4?
No.
Okay.
That's one walk, two talk.
Okay. Never mind. I take it all back. I'm gonna keep that take to
And even
myself.
then, nonverbal, like
It's okay. You don't know how kids work.
Yeah.
nonverbal would
I mean,
indicate-
my fiance is a pediatric doctor, so
Ooh.
I could have just referenced her.
Complicated.
But I think, to me, nonverbal means speaking in full sentences,
Oh no.
Oh, no.
I think
Yeah.
what they mean by that is
just not making noise.
noise
Right.
in
Okay.
general.
Gotcha.
Like even
Yeah.
just making squeaking
Wow.
noises.
This week of me hosting for Matt McMaster could have ended very quickly there if I would have continued.
Don't worry.
on.
We
That was
bailed you
good.
out. We definitely
Thank you.
saved you.
And
Thanks, Nick Saban.
you did the right thing where you sort of curled up and you're like, hey, I admit I don't know anything.
He's 6'4". Good
so
for him.
Yeah.
we were doing the thing the other
Do you
night.
need a character reference?
I do.
Yeah.
Yes. Could you write one for me
Yeah.
quick?
I have
I
never
would've-
previously heard Austin.
I would have never guessed. I was sitting there the other night with some family, and one of the things that we ended up doing was figuring out what the #1 Billboard song was on your date of birth.
Mm.
And speaking of Shabuzi,
Oh no.
that's my daughter's.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
forever, the #1 song on her date of birth will be that Shabuzi song.
I'm
Let me
pouring
see what
me
mine
another
is.
shot of whiskey.
That one. Yes.
Mine was Mbop by Hanson.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's a great.
That's a great one.
7 Rings by Ariana Grande
Oh,
is my
dang it.
son's.
I almost got Semi-Charmed Life. I'd rather
Do
have
you
that.
do Billboard Hot 100 or Top 100?
I just did #1 Billboard song.
I think top.
Yeah.
I guess top.
Everything She Wants.
I don't know
by
what the
Wham
difference is.
the
mine.
Billboard Hot 100 is the one we are.
What's
referencing, is what it
Everything
looks
She
like.
Wants?
I don't
by
know
Wham?
that. I don't know that one. Everything She Wants.
I mean, Wham was pretty hot in the
It's
80s.
everything she wants. Da, 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 da.
That's not that.
What?
Sounds made up.
I think he was doing Every Time We Touch by
Yeah.
Cascada.
Cascada. Yeah. Mine was Jump by Crisscross.
That rocks.
Nice.
Wow. A song that represents you the best.
Let's wear our
Jump
pants
by Chris
backwards.
Did you find yours?
No, I was trying to look up my son's, and then
Oh,
it just
okay.
keeps telling me the day after he was born.
I think that counts.
It was Hiss by Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh,
No,
Hiss.
Hiss. I've
What's
never heard
Hiss?
this song.
I don't know.
Never heard that song. I do know about Megan Thee Stallion, though.
Yeah.
I am also
You a fan?
familiar.
I've heard some of her music.
Do you think
She
that
sings about things that are near and dear to her.
as a character witness, do you think that she
Sure.
could also commit kidnapping?
I would say no.
Mm.
I don't think
From
she.
what you know,
I don't
of
think she
Megan
could
Thee
do it.
Stallion?
Well, I mean, I think she could draw a man in and
Oh,
hold him
good point.
captive if she so chose.
But I don't think she'd want to.
Captive is the
Yeah.
right phrasing there.
Yeah.
Captive is the right phrasing. Yes, true.
I don't think she'd do it.
we should talk about Megan Thee Stallion more.
Mine was Here I Go Again by White Snake.
Wow.
Nice!
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Surprised I actually knew what it was.
Took
then
the
I-
restrictor plate off, give the red dragon a little more room to breathe. Keep it on the down low. It's not
White-
exactly street legal.
White Snake. Wow. What a band. What a
Wow.
time.
That's fun.
You guys'
That's
songs are very quintessential 80s. Mine was very perfectly 1992, I
and
think.
mine is Mbop.
And yours is Mbop, which is very quintessential, like
Very
nice. Is that how-
1998.
You know, back
What
in
year are you born in?
97.
97.
Back in the day, did people call into the radio stations and go, "Can you play Mbop, please?" Is that how they described it?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or do that, or
opposed
be
to
like,
what?
hey, do that Hanson joint.
Yeah, see, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like, is
Oh, okay.
Mbop too embarrassing to call in and be like, "Hey, this is the song I want to hear"?
No, that
Do
was
they have another song?
No, I don't think
no
so.
Who sings Mbop?
Hanson.
Oh,
Hanson.
Hanson songs.
Discography.
Hanson. Let's see, Penny and Me this time around.
Yeah, Middle of Nowhere was the album. What was the second? Where's the Love? I
Where
Will
is
Come
the
to You.
love?
Weird and
That's not
Thinking of You.
What do
There
you
were
mean?
5 singles off of that album.
No way.
Nope.
I cannot name a single non-bop from Hanson.
Do you know people also search for when they look up Hanson songs, they also search for Owl City songs, notably Fireflies.
That was the one Owl City song,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Yep. And well, no, they
So
also had
one-hit
Good
wonders,
Time.
yeah.
They had Good Time, you
No, they
forget.
didn't.
And then they also were in
been a good time. Yeah, that's a song. That's a
and
song.
they also were in Wreck-It Ralph. When Can I See You Again?
Oh,
I don't-
Wreck-It Ralph. What a movie.
Wreck-It Ralph rocks.
Never
All right.
saw
I would
Wreck-It
write.
Ralph.
I would
It was
write
a
a
great
very
movie.
nice character witness for Wreck-It Ralph. He's been wrongfully accused many times.
That's somebody who needs a character witness.
He's good. His heart was good.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what happened.
What
to
does he
Wreck-It
say?
Ralph.
Like, when he does his villain therapy, he's like, "I'm bad, and that's good, and it's okay to be bad," or something like that.
I
It's
don't
very
know.
good.
I've
Yeah.
never seen it.
It's
I
like,
think you would actually like Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, I
It's
think
you
John
should
C.
watch
Reilly.
Wreck-It Ralph. Yeah,
Cool. I'll check it out.
you're anti-movie right now, or what?
He doesn't watch that many movies.
I have noticed. It's
Might be
it's
something to
sad.
put on for the daughter.
I have
Whoa.
watched a lot of Frozen
Mhm.
2.
Two is the jam.
Gross.
Well, I prefer Frozen 2 to Frozen. I don't know if this is a hot take
That
in
is
the
a hot
dad
take.
community.
Yes, that's bad.
I like that movie better. I think it has better songs.
It
Wow.
fascinates me because I've not watched any of the same stuff that Happer watches, and our kids are only about 4 to 5 months apart.
Yeah.
What are you watching?
He has a
he has a
boy.
We watched all the Toy Stories.
Texas
before.
Chainsaw Massacre.
No,
Okay.
not starting that yet. He wants to watch like this animated Spider-Man thing all the time.
Oh, which
Yeah.
is this?
All the time.
I've seen
Like
some of that.
The Spider-Man
With the Fallout Boy theme song?
yes.
Oh,
Yes.
gross.
And it's on he has a Tony's box, and so he
Mhm.
plays this stupid Spider-Man character, and I've heard that song maybe more than any other song.
Friendly neighborhood.
You got it.
That's
spider.
disgusting.
Whoa.
Play the original theme. Spider-Man does whatever.
I don't.
Spider-Man.
Do you think the kids would be into that these days?
I was into it.
I certainly was.
I loved that. And when they played that song in the subway tunnel scene in Spider-Man 2, it rocked. The old lady on her ukulele.
Yeah.
It was very fun.
No, you're right, Schaefer. We have not seen hardly any of the same stuff.
Yeah,
there is
'cause
an
I've never watched
intersection
any
there with
Moana, and your daughter has watched all of the
a
Moana.
lot of good. Another.
Moana's good.
I mean, Moana 2 is kind of good too.
Oh,
I
I don't
not
think I've seen the
Moana
second
2.
one.
We're
I've not
thinking
seen
about
Moana
bringing
2.
Cars into the picture.
Whoa, that's a big
I've
one.
never watched
Big
Cars,
one.
so that
Yeah.
would be a new one for me, actually.
There's a live
there's a-
action Moana coming out soon, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yes. Yep.
The Rock is in it.
The Rock
Carson has
is.
seen Moana.
Wait.
He's thick.
Do
Very
you mean to
thick.
tell me The Rock is playing The Rock?
Yeah.
The Rock is playing
Wow.
Maui
With a
who
bad wig.
Was The Rock original?
So I keep seeing The Rock Facebook videos for his whatever his show that he made about himself and his life.
The
where
Rock
he-
has a show.
Yeah, where he
Young Rock?
he like is that what it is? He like narrates his own life.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Oh
They-
yeah, he did have the series Young Rock.
They
yeah.
have chosen very interesting caricatures of very significant football players that he interacted with. Like the Warren Sapp character that he like sits next to, he just makes Warren Sapp eat food the entire time that he's like with him. And like
That's pretty funny.
he has this meeting where they're at Miami and he's like, then this guy walked in and I'm huge on lifting and, get my body stronger. And they literally have the Warren Sapp character come in and he's eating just blatant amounts of food the entire
I
time.
love that. They just accentuated the
Yes,
parts.
100%. Like, did
So-
Warren Sapp get it? Not that Warren Sapp. I mean, that's probably a bad guy.
I never
He's
watched.
done some bad things.
I never watched the Aaron Hernandez movie, but I have seen clips, and their Bill Belichick take was pretty decent.
Yes,
actually.
yes. That guy rocked. Yeah. Was it what music? He was listening to weird music in one of the scenes. Like they do a whole thing for a minute where he like kicks people out of the room and does like the Tom Cruise character from Tropic Thunder where he just plays music on his big speaker.
I haven't
behind
seen
him.
that clip. That's
Yeah,
funny though.
Very funny.
That show was so weird because it was clear it was made by a room full of people who had never
Watch football.
watched.
Yep.
Like they literally just had like the facts of the case on a list on a
Mhm.
dry erase board in the room. Nobody
got
had
the
watched
people in there.
football.
They
Yeah.
got Urban Meyer. They got I mean, not Urban Meyer wasn't in it, but like fake Urban Meyer.
Yeah, yeah.
I think they got
They got
Riley
I've
Cooper.
I've never watched
Didn't they
this
get Riley
show, but
Cooper
you
in
guys
that
sort
too?
of are talking me into maybe watching.
You should watch it. It's a great giggle fest that you can just
Yeah.
go, that's not how that went,
Mhm.
and be good with it. Also,
I get it. He was secretly gay.
That's
Did you
the-
guys watch
that's
the
the-
Donald Sterling one with the Clippers?
I watched
Clipped?
I watched the first
yes,
like
yeah.
3 or 4 episodes.
I
And I
was
was like,
gonna
I can't
watch
do
it,
this
and then I
anymore.
never got to.
yeah, no, it's a bit. Josh is completely right. You get like 4 episodes in, you're like, I don't know if anyone involved with this entire thing had a say in what happened in the show because they just do these over gross caricatures, which like Donald Sterling, a gross character, and they still somehow made
Would
him
not vouch
yeah.
for Donald.
No character order for Donald Sterling.
Yes, by like the
Just
third
bad.
the third episode, they kind of give you the impression that Donald Sterling wasn't that bad of a dude, and he
Oh,
was getting
no.
played, and you're like, I don't know.
He was just a sad old man who
Don't
went
make
on
me
TV
think
and
this.
asked questions about Magic Johnson.
It was so convenient for me to think that he was the bad guy. Now I have to think about this.
I wonder if his neighbors would have written anything nice about him.
Probably. They probably would have said this guy was rich.
I've lived in a Donald Sterling building for 2 decades now, and I have an opinion.
Wonder what they would have seen.
Ugh, gross.
Yikes.
Gross. Also, that show, like the thumbnail of the show on Hulu, is the woman's hand holding 2 basketballs with the Clippers logo on them.
Mhm.
And the title of the show is Clipped. And it took me forever to realize what they mean by that.
I clipped your nuts.
Yes, very much. They are referencing the Testicle Festival in Ashland, is what they are talking about.
Wow.
Yes.
I bet.
You have?
I have.
I love the Testicle Festival.
We got to
Me
get
too.
Matt to the Testicle Festival.
I
this
tried.
year.
I legitimately tried. I told him he should go, and he thought I was just making fun of him. And I said, no, it's actually a good time, and you'll enjoy it.
Why
Every
do you
time
think you were making fun of him?
because it's
He always thinks everyone's out to get him.
That is true. His paranoia.
and
gone
especially
up a
me.
lot.
Especially me.
You think very highly of yourself to think all these people are out to get you.
I openly told him the last time we hung out that as I was leaving my home, I thought it would be very funny if I just didn't show up after making plans with him. And he was like, see, I had that same worry that you just weren't going to come.
Wow.
That's on me.
Trust people, Matt.
Yeah.
When you're young, I get it. You think everyone is cold and calculated, and then you get older and you just realize, oh, everyone's just an idiot.
Yeah. Facts.
They're just doing their own thing.
Mhm.
He'll figure it out.
Yep.
Oh, they're making a docu-series about the Got Milk ad campaign from the 90s.
What? Is this like Mad Men, but softer?
Very important.
Yeah.
Very important moment in time.
Wow. That's good.
Everybody had milk mustaches
Yeah.
for like
Yep.
2 years.
That's
And you're
right.
like, whoa, they got this person, even though like it was always like the
And that's
biggest
how we
stars
beat
in the world.
osteoporosis.
It is.
That's the crossover.
They had a lot of big banners and posters for Got Milk.
Oh, yeah.
Everywhere.
Huge ad campaign. They got the biggest star, Jennifer Aniston, Stone
Is it-
Cold Steve
I mean,
Austin.
that's basically the basis on what Nike did with their posters. You know, like
Yeah.
after whoever won a major event, they just put like one word there
Mhm.
and said, not got milk, but like Tiger Woods, the
Yeah.
best. Or
The
whatever.
best.
Yeah.
The GOAT, Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's still. Does
Put
he
it-
get a character witness?
Put it on the side of a
Mhm.
building.
Interesting. He would have a couple.
He would
How
have
many
few.
episodes do you think the Got Milk docu-series is?
Should be 3 at most.
It's probably at least 12.
The series financed by Oatly,
Oat
the
milk.
global oat milk company who forced everyone to be the AAA baseball teams to be the oat milk odors. or so-
The milkers.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm interested.
to answer my question, 4 episodes on the docu-series.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
It's not bad.
I'll get 2.5 in, and I'll be fine with
Could
it.
have
You
been
can't
worse.
get one episode about the 1990s Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Oh.
But
Nope,
we're getting
shut it
4
down.
about Got Milk.
Episode 1, Got Milked. The Got Milk campaign made milk stashes ubiquitous in the 90s, but who paid for it? A government-mandated milk slush fund. Husband and wife dairy farmers take on the ad men and corporate interests behind the campaign.
Okay, hang on.
Using the word ubiquitous.
I'm interested.
In a
Yeah,
Got Milk.
I just saw your body language change.
That's
You
fascinating.
went from why is he reading this to wait a minute, why am I not immediately watching?
Was it
this?
after ubiquitous? Was that when you got hooked?
No, I mean, I think it was
Slush
slush
fund,
fund.
yeah.
Yeah.
Allow me to tell you about episode
So
3.
The oat milk people want you to know that the milk people got a free ride in life.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Episode 3, Government Cheese, the origin story of the stuffed crust pizza
Whoa!
and the Taco Bell quesalupa
Let's go.
Whoa!
Wow.
begins in a government program inducing Americans to eat more dairy.
Let's go. This
Okay,
rocks.
this is
No,
really
actually,
good.
I'm so invested.
They
now.
have hooked me just with the descriptions.
Now,
As money
Tinfoil
flows to
TV, right?
corporations,
I want to know what happened, where the quesalupa came from. Where'd they come up with that?
small dairy farms shut down, and a Wisconsin dairy farmer turned whistleblower takes on
whistleblower.
Big Milk.
Wow.
That
Okay.
one I'm less interested in. But
That's very funny. I do. In a perfect world, this is animated like the Jurassic Park DNA scene. That's what I would prefer it to be. I don't want real characters in this.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll do.
Very intrigued by this.
Yeah, I wonder how they'll do it.
Okay. That's for someone else to decide. That's been the crossover. Thanks for hanging out, guys.
You're welcome.
So fun. Shave, always good to see you. Happer, good to see you.
Great to see you. Sorry, I walked out yesterday.
That's
but,
okay.
You know,
I know you have
today
things to
I'm
do.
good. Today I got time.
Schaefer needs to
It's
get
called
out.
Pulling a Damon.
Let's get out of here. That's been the crossover presented by Mike Schaefer. We have Middays with Matt coming on your way next on 1620 The Zone.
I need your help. I can't tell you what it is. You can never ask me about it later, and we're gonna hurt some people. Whose car are we gonna take?
I have a lot of things I want to get off my chest.
That's an absolutely horse crap call. Make room for Daddy. But they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
Chicago is.
This is Middays with Matt on 1620 The Zone.
All right, I have a feeling today is going to be a wacky Wednesday on 1620 The Zone and Middays with Matt.
Interesting you worded it that way.
Why is that?
We have a segment every Wednesday. I don't know if you're familiar with the show called Wacky Guest Wednesday.
Interesting. Well, I guess we'll find out together who that wacky guest may be. Happy Wednesday, happy 1st of July, and happy 15th anniversary, Josh Odson. Can you believe it? 15 years.
My anniversary is in 2 weeks.
15 years of
and
Nebraska.
it's not my 15th.
Nebraska in the Big Ten.
Oh, an
Nebraska.
even more momentous occasion. Yes.
What do you get? What do you get your significant other, your 17 other significant others for your 15th anniversary? What do you get them?
Mormon anniversary gifts. Oh, okay. Yeah, those make sense.
Dunko also in chat. Happy NBA free agency. Yeah, sure. We're celebrating anniversaries.
Hey, we're not allowed to talk basketball.
That's right. We did way too much basketball yesterday.
People send us emails and they're like, "Whoa, hey, I'm racist, but not a racist."
That's tough. Yeah, we've got a lot planned for today.
Furniture is the traditional year 17 anniversary gift.
Okay.
You said 17, right?
15.
15.
Yeah.
Crystal.
Oh. Actually, crystals would be really fun to send out today for all of the teams, right?
For the vibes?
Yeah. What if Nebraska athletics went to a holistic approach to recovery and just sent out like body crystals and such?
Interesting.
Yeah, put them into sleep pods for Oregon and for Washington and Rutgers, Maryland, and all of the good Big Ten notable powers and traditional programs. When you think Big Ten, you think Nebraska, Maryland, Oregon, and UCLA. Those are your top 5.
Keep saying Oregon.
What do you mean?
Maryland.
That's how you say it.
Disagree.
I'm more culturally appropriate, I feel, and I have been well-traveled, and I feel like the people of Oregon would understand.
I'm going to let you have this one.
Okay.
But
you're not going to question that?
I'm choosing to move on.
Okay, so before we get on to topic where we give you the rundown for the day and whatnot, I have a concern, Josh. A slight concern.
Oh, okay.
This October movie lineup, I'm worried we don't have enough horror movies. That's HORROR.
I'm looking this up because we talked about it before we came on the air, and I mean, there's like one a month until October.
So to start October, on the October 1st, we get Terrifier 4, which is kind of to start the month with Terrifier 4 is that's a lot.
What a bar.
That is a lot to handle at the beginning.
I think this would be interesting for the audience. For those that might not dabble in the horror genre.
Yeah.
Would you like to explain the Terrifier movie series to the uninformed?
Terrifier is body horror to the max and then turn it up 12 more notches and break the knob and push it into a pool of blood.
Well, that sounds excessive, Austin. That doesn't begin to explain.
No, it doesn't. So Art the Clown is a black and white faced and bodied clown who is just on a physical rampage of murdering folks in egregious and aggressive ways. Those include your casual beheadings, skinnings, and I do believe he takes the organs out of someone in 3. Oh yeah, and then he also pushes people into a portal in hell, I think, into the 3rd one, if I remember right. Because the 3rd one's a Christmas one, right?
One of them is a Christmas movie. Yeah, I think it's the third one.
It's also, weirdly enough, Terrifier, awkwardly funny.
Yeah.
Kind of funny at times.
So excessive that it's hilarious.
Mhm.
Tip of the cap to everyone who's been involved in the Terrifier franchise. I enjoyed greatly.
Terrifier 3. I do not like these type of movies, these horror movies. Horror movies are not usually for me, but if I find that they are being talked about a lot, like publicly, or they're having a lot of fun or run online, I will go to the theater and watch them. So I do make exceptions in that. Usually they're like let's watch this at home and just like take it in my own space sort of thing. Terrifier, I have even put a caveat on that I will not watch them unless I can watch them at specific times during the day, like with the shades all open and all that other stuff. And
noon on a Tuesday.
So notably, Terrifier 3 came out, I think 2.5 years ago, and I watched it in 32 parts on TikTok from my phone.
That's not the way the filmmaker intended.
I don't care. I enjoyed it the way that I watched it. So yes, Terrifier 4 opens up October 1st.
Let's go.
We have Tom Cruise, the comedy,
Tom Cruise is in Terrifier 4?
No, we have Digger, the comedy drama with Tom Cruise, coming out October 2nd. And from there, let's see, The Social Reckoning will come out the next weekend on October 9th.
That's a different kind of horror movie.
Yeah, that's true. That's just Mark Zuckerberg speaking to humans.
Mm-hmm.
That's bad existence. Let's see what else. Oh, Street Fighter will come out on October 16th. Again, not a horror movie. Clayface is the one that got that
was the impetus for this conversation
October 23rd.
Before we came on the air.
Clayface, I'm very excited about Clayface.
One of my favorite Batman villains. Excited he's finally getting the big screen treatment.
And look at this. The weekend of Halloween, no horror movies are coming out. You have Wicker, Christmas at the Kringles, and The Mongoose. That's it.
There's a Christmas movie coming out on Halloween weekend.
It says action comedy horror starring Rob Riggle.
Hello.
Let's see. Christmas at the Kringles. The Severson family moved to a suburban neighborhood where their neighbors, the Kringles, celebrate Christmas year-round and harbor sinister intentions to hypnotize and indoctrinate them. So it is a horror movie.
Okay, so Clayface comes out October 23rd. This list I'm looking at has untitled A24 horror film coming out October 23rd.
Okay.
Might want to, that's in like 3 months. You might want to.
Is that this wife and dog one that I see on here?
Give the movie
No, that's
title.
a Guy Ritchie movie. No way that's Guy Ritchie is not going to be on A24. That is not for them. Okay, but then here's the next part. The next weekend in November, Godzilla Minus Zero comes out, which I'm very excited about.
Whoa, hello.
Kind of a big, low-key big movie year. Actually, not low-key. When you look at the highest, like the movies that are big that people are wanting to go to, we got the Odyssey coming out in a couple weeks. Spider-Man's going to be at the end of this month. Wham! 10 Days in China, the documentary comes out at the end of July. Everyone is ripping for that.
They had the #1 song on the day I was born.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think there's a lot of good stuff coming out. That's a lot, and as Jimmy mentions, Resident Evil is coming out as well. So we've got that.
Yeah,
too.
I just saw that as we were looking for horror movies.
There's a lot. So that is where I'm coming from to start this. Is there is a lot of horror and thriller movies that are coming out throughout the year. We've already had a couple of big ones with Backrooms and Obsession. We have a few more that are like coming out. I know like The Night Nurse is coming out. Evil Dead Burn will be later this month too. We mentioned Resident Evil. There's a lot more that are coming out.
Ice Cream Man.
Yeah, notable horror movie. Yeah. There's the Paw Patrol Dino movie.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, right. I'm sure you'll be there. Insidious, Out of the Further will be. How many Insidious? We've had too many Insidious.
I can't.
How insidious can it be?
Been able to get into those.
At some point, if you're that couple in the Insidious franchise, when do you just are like, you know what? You can't surprise me anymore. Ghosts, demons, can't fool me. I've seen it all.
Great take.
Right? Like at some point,
it has to be Sidious.
Yeah,
right?
you become numb to it. Correct?
Right.
It's like working on one of those like deep sea crab boats. You're just like, oh no, the waves are very scary the first day, but by year 2, I'm probably good with it.
You got to respect the waves.
Respect the waves. What is that commercial from? Respect the what? Is it Respect the Pouch?
I don't know.
Hold on. If I just look, Respect the, what do you think comes up? Respect the movie? It is Respect the Pouch. It's, I believe, Capri Sun. That's right.
Capri Sun.
Respect the pouch. Respect it. That's the most Matt McMaster we're going to get from this first hour of the show, by the way. just getting off topic there. But this is Middays with Matt. I'm Austin Jacobsen. I'm here with you today and tomorrow as well as we wrap up the week a bit early, get you ready for the 4th of July weekend.
Are you familiar with the formatting of tomorrow's show?
No.
It's topic alert day.
Oh, this is news.
We're just doing the random quote unquote
random topics.
Yeah.
Okay. Very nice.
Josh or Connor could probably explain it to you better.
All right. I will ask during the crossover so that way I can be well prepared.
Yeah.
We can have just the verbal conversation. People on this station love hearing the inside the walls talk come out over the airwaves.
We give that to our audience, whether they ask for it or not.
Yes. Good question in YouTube chat. How insidious can one person get?
Great question.
Great question. Great question. Today on the show, we will have Jon Walker of the Omaha World Herald coming on. Also, the Odd News with Odd Son. We're going to move our Nebraska football take time capsule up a little bit. We're going to put it at noon today. And we're going to dive into the years 2009, 2011, 2018, and 2020. Our Wacky Guest Wednesday will come in the middle of your noon hour because at 1 o'clock, we will have head coach for the Kearney High School boys soccer team, Scott Steinbrook, joining us. He's also a member of the American Outlaws, the fan organization behind the support of the U.S. men's national team, as he will help preview the U.S. men's team taking on Bosnia and Herzegovina. B and H, baby.
There you go.
Full preview for tonight.
Say B and H.
B and H. I feel like I mess it up every time, and I want to continue to disrespect them because the U.S. team, the U.S. team,
the opponent.
Yes,
Okay.
the U.S. team should come in extremely confident. Did you see the odds of Nebraska? I keep doing this. The odds of the United States moving ahead out of the knockout round?
Moving out of the knockout round?
Yes. And advancing, I should say.
Are they not all knockout rounds from here on out?
They are, but this is known as the knockout round. The next round is known as the round of 16.
Oh,
yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes. It's not like a double elimination.
I knew that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they're all knockout rounds from here on out.
Otherwise, very good odds for the U.S. team to move forward.
Yeah, Bosnia, B&H, not a soccer superpower, but not that matters. I mean, Germany lost, so.
Wow.
Anything's on the table.
Wow, I'm shocked. Germany lost in a World Cup battle. A fight for the world.
In a world affair, Germany lost.
Is this the third time that's happened, or has it happened a couple more? Interesting. I am glad that Freddie's off of Twitter. That was too much. It was getting to be too much.
I had that in the odd news today.
Okay, we'll have to
talk about it.
We'll talk about that. We will try to give you some time to check on the forum boards. I also warned Josh when I walked into the building today. I have like a rant building inside of me, but I don't think it's going to come out. We'll see if it happens. I don't think I'll be provoked today. We're just going to see what happens.
Is there anything I can do to get this rant out
of
you?
No, because I think I need to ruminate on it more. I don't want to be that reactionary, but I could feel it welling inside me this morning while I was walking the dog. And so I'm debating on trying to actually like formulate it into a point, or trying to just maybe let my emotions run free and see what happens. Both could be good radio. One might be better than the other. You never know. You never know.
You never know.
Anything is possible. Anything is possible. We also still have the Mekhi Nelson thing that we haven't got to. We will get to that at some point. We didn't have time yesterday nor the day before, of course. But we also have some topics from earlier in the week that we could try to touch on. But our Wacky Guest Wednesday, as I mentioned, will come in the middle of the noon hour. And as we talked about here in the opening, 15 years in the Big Ten Conference for Nebraska athletics. How sweet and how fun. 15 years. Happy for them. Maybe we'll talk on some of the conference rebrandings and how we feel about them as they come into this 2026 athletic season. You know, it's actually the turning of the calendar for athletic departments for colleges.
It's today, right?
Yes, yeah. Yesterday, today, it's somewhere around there. Just because now that all the sports have wrapped up, now they get ready for the next year. So you can officially turn those calendars, Husker and all college athletics fans. That'll be the show for today. When we return, we'll get you some topics and get you ready for what's to come. Coming up next here on 1620 The Zone Radio Network. Middays with Matt. No Matt this week, as it's Austin Jacobsen in for young McMaster. That's me, Austin. And good friend of this show, good friend of mine, Jon Walker of the Omaha World-Herald. Great Creighton Athletics beat reporter as well. Jon, you are a moviegoer. I see you first and foremost more than anything else. How have the movies been for you during what is now this kind of break in college sports?
Yeah, dude, it's been fantastic. This is like I really, in some ways, think I was born to be a sports reporter, specifically a college basketball reporter, because like things are hectic from, let's say, late September through the end of April.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have blockbuster season that runs from, late March all the way through, end of July, early August. So, like, yeah, man, it literally lines up perfect. It's so perfect. Here's the problem. We have so many good movies that are out at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having car problems.
Oh,
so
no.
I haven't been able to fully maximize my movie going potential, but I plan on changing that soon. But it's been good. It's been good. What have you seen lately?
I have been mostly on my streaming services trying to catch up on some things in my Letterboxd watch list, but I do have a full lineup for this month of July. I have my pre-order tickets for The Odyssey. I will get my pre-order tickets for Spider-Man, and I think I'm going to try to catch up on Disclosure Day and Obsession, as well as Toy Story 5 when I get a chance through this month. That is my plan. My question for you, though, is, Jon, in movies you have seen in a theater this year, so dating from Jan 1st to July 1st today, what are your top 3 or even 5 if you've seen as many?
Yeah, I've seen quite a few. Don't get to as much in January and February, but thankfully, not a lot comes out that time of year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. Okay, let's see. I also have my tickets booked for The Odyssey and for Spider-Man. Top 3 movies that I've seen in theaters this year. Okay, in no particular order.
Perfect.
In no particular order, I'm going to say, oh man, this is so tough. I'm going to say, man, we got some good movies early this year, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, I went to a Screen Unseen, which is like a mystery movie.
Wow.
At AMC.
Okay.
And I saw Tuner.
Yes.
That was like incredible. I don't know if you're familiar, if you've seen it.
Yes, it's the piano tuner crime film, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. It was incredible. And I completely didn't know it I kind of knew it was going to be Tuner going into the mystery movie, which defeats the entire purpose, I understand, but I still wanted to see it. And so I was very surprised at how good it was. So Tuner, I kind of like Disclosure Day. Don't know if I'd put it in my top 3. I guess I could say Obsession.
Okay.
That's up there. And then, man, I don't know if it'll count. I'll give you 4 here.
Okay.
I saw the Fight Club 4K remastered.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, that works. I like that.
So that technically counts, kind of doesn't. And then if I had to throw a third one out there, I fear it's going to get lost in award season. 1, because of lackluster marketing. 2, because it was released way, way, way early in the movie calendar. 28 years later, The Bone Temple.
I like that. Yep, that's a great move. Great pick. I love 28 Years of Bone Temple. It's not going to get the run that it deserves to. And it's definitely going to get lost because you've got the Project Hail Marys that came out right after it. You've got the Obsession and Backrooms. Love that that's getting the Odyssey is going to overplay it. Then you get the 2 huge movies at the end of the year. There's going to be a lot that kind of move it around, but I think we will look very fondly back on this new franchise of the 28 Years trilogy that hopefully the 3rd one is coming out in due time. I at least would hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too. I had never actually, maybe this is sacrilegious. I had never watched the 28 Days and 28 Weeks Later. And so before I saw 28 Years Later, just straight up last year, I went back and watched those, and I was like, oh, okay, this is solid. It's all right. And I just loved both movies of the of what we hope is a new trilogy. So yeah, bring on the third, please, please, please. Fingers crossed. But I like the first two so far.
Yeah, I agree with you. Jon Walker, the Omaha Herald, joins us today. Avid moviegoer. I'm sure we could do a full segment on movies if we wanted to. I feel obligated to talk basketball with you. We saw Josh Dix sign with the Oklahoma City Thunder. He got a two-way deal after the conclusion of the NBA draft there. It's so interesting how a lot of these NBA deals work. We saw it last year with a couple of local guys, whether it was Chucky Hepburn, Hunter Salas, and some of the other guys from the Omaha area get signed with these deals. Obviously, it's a little bit tougher of a process to make NBA rosters and such. What were your initial thoughts when you saw Dix sign with Oklahoma City?
Yeah, that was about kind of maybe not the location, which I'll talk about here in a second, but the nature of his deal is about exactly what I expected. He was 95th on ESPN's big board for the NBA draft. And so it was like, okay, clearly like 30 spots removed from, draft consideration. It was like, all right. Yeah, he's headed for a two-way is the goal. And so for him to get a two-way and not one of these Exhibit 10s or not one of these summer league deals is like huge for him, because one thing that all athletes are searching for, like look at free agency that's going on right now. One thing that all athletes are searching for, regardless of sport, regardless of tenure, regardless of whatever, is security. And so now Josh Dix has an avenue to develop in an organization that is 2 seasons removed from an NBA championship and will compete for more NBA championships through the end of the decade. So, like, would you want to be developed by a better organization? I certainly can't think so. And so the point is, the two-way contract gives him that security, because he can be on the Thunder's main roster for up to 50 games before they have to convert his contract. But he can have a front row seat to watching what makes one of the best teams in the league, without the immediate pressures of having to do anything other than, prove himself with the Oklahoma City Blue, the Thunder's G League affiliate. So I think it's a really nice setup for Josh Dix. And the interesting thing is, in early May, after he had a workout with the Warriors, they held a virtual press conference, hopped on there, and Josh said that he had leaned on former Iowa teammate Peyton Sandfort to get through the pre-draft process. Peyton went through it last summer, so Josh kind of leaned on Peyton to, hey, what do I do? How do I do this? How do I, And the interesting thing, Austin, is that Peyton Sandfort plays for the Oklahoma City Blue.
Yep.
So, like, now they're teammates again, and they're friends, have been friends, obviously. So, like, it's it's nice that Josh got the security of a two-way contract. And then you dig a little deeper, and it's like the basketball's fine and all too, but there's also the really interesting tidbit about him linking up with a former Hawkeye teammate.
Yeah. No, I agree. I like all that. And especially the NBA contracts post NBA draft are always so interesting. We saw this with a couple of Huskers, obviously with Dix, and just in the past years too, those Exhibit 10 contracts are so interesting, whether they're two ways. Some of them are just straight up undrafted free agent. They're all just so interesting when it comes to how they're just structured and what the deals look like and all that sort too. I want to pivot now to where you feel like Creighton not just sits in the Big East Conference heading into this year, obviously with Alan Huss taking over all that good stuff. I mean, this is well noted not only on this show, but just in your work and your writing. But I'm curious about Creighton's placement in your eyes and the importance Creighton needs to be as a tournament team in 2026-27 as a member of the Big East Conference, because I've been looking through your Twitter feed, and you got into a conversation, I believe yesterday or earlier this week, about you had said the Big East is aiming to get at least 5 into the expanded field, and you think the Jays will be one of them. I think a lot of people would agree with you. Creighton probably feels like they deserve to be back in the NCAA tournament. How important is it that Creighton is one of those 5 if the Big East does get those 5 spots?
Yeah, I mean, it's crucial, because let's take a step back and look at everything macro, and we'll narrow in a little bit. If the end of Greg McDermott's career at Creighton does not include an NCAA tournament. In the beginning of a new era under Alan Huss does not include an NCAA tournament. That's tough. That's like a really tough 2-year gap for a program that has had so much success. Certainly since it joined the Big East in 2013, but really since the turn of the century when Dana Altman got it up and running. And so, like, yes, Creighton has missed the tournament 2 consecutive years previously, but we're talking about a program that through the first half of this decade made 5 straight. Let me correct myself. Not only made 5 straight, won a game in 5 straight. And so it's like really, really, really tough to not, if Creighton were to not make a second straight NCAA tournament after participating and winning a game in 5 in a row. All right, let's narrow in. I think for them to do that, for them to make the NCAA tournament, you have to finish top 5 in the Big East. And a large part of this, Austin, is going to come down, as we saw last year, how the Big East does in non-conference play. Because conference wins in their own meant very little as far as a resume was concerned last season, because Big East teams, Creighton included, did not capitalize on the big non-conference opportunities. And so then you get to conference play and you're playing a bunch of other teams that also didn't capitalize. And it's like, all right, we're kind of just jockeying for position on the bubble because none of us have any quality wins to lift us up over each other. And therefore, none of us can beat any team except last year. It would have been UConn, St. John's, Nova, and get a quality win. Like, you're not going to beat Providence and shoot up the net rankings or say, hey, look, we beat Providence. It was like, okay, yeah, sure. And Providence beat you. So, like, you know, you had all those teams that were kind of in a hodgepodge in the middle and in the bottom of the Big East. So it starts there. The Big East has to capitalize in non-con play for the conference games to matter, at least analytically. And then, yeah, I feel like Creighton has to finish in the top 5. Very possible. I think comfortably we would all say the top 3 teams will again be UConn, St. John's, Villanova. Really like what Villanova did with its roster this offseason. St. John's made a couple of nice additions. UConn is UConn. So, like, those seem to be the top 3 teams. So then the question becomes, who's 4, 5, 6, if you get to that point? Marquette is in there, of course.
Right. And they were, that was a big disappointment last year. Yeah.
Exactly. So, like, Marquette's going to be up there. Providence is certainly going to be up there. And I believe Creighton's going to be up there. Maybe all 6 of those teams that we just mentioned make the NCAA tournament. And that would be fantastic for the Big East. But, like, I think Creighton's somewhere right in there. I really struggle to see a world in which the Jays finish lower than 6. Like, think about how many things went wrong last year, whether that was week to week, game to game, possession to possession. And they still avoided playing Wednesday night at the Garden. So, like, that would be, I really struggle to see the Jays finishing any lower than 6. How high can they go? That's the question. So we'll find that out over the winter, of course. But this has all been a long, meandering way to say, yes, I do believe Creighton is very capable of making the NCAA tournament, which I believe would require the Jays to finish in the top half of the Big East because, big picture, Austin, boy, the Big East better get at least 5 teams in next year, or we're going to all have to have very uncomfortable conversations, especially since the field is expanded.
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree with you too, because the Big East, I think if you told them right now, you get 5 and or maybe a 6th team into the NCAA tournament, I think the Big East Conference would be doing backflips. They wouldn't care necessarily who the names were. They would care about how far maybe some of them could go. But you can definitely pencil in UConn. You can definitely pencil in at least another one in there, too, if you want to say St. John's. But then after that, it does make it a little bit more interesting as to how far the depth of the conference goes. And I mean, with the new coaches and some of the faces that have been returning and how the conference is definitely shaping up after what we saw a little bit tipsy-turvy last year with Creighton ending up in that middle tier, it will be interesting to see how competitive that tough middle becomes, because it does feel like the past few years the Big East has struggled because it's been 1, 2, and maybe a third, and then kind of a really a competitive middle, but not in terms of the national sense. And then you have your basement dwellers from there. But those basement dwellers did get a little bit better this past year.
They did. And so it helps when DePaul has its best season in God knows how long since we were in elementary school.
Yeah,
right?
at Creighton's expense, by the way.
Yeah, at Creighton's expense, certainly. And so, like, it helps that DePaul was better. I think they'll continue, like, they had the Hall, so they had a pretty solid offseason. They should be right around the same, if not even better, in year 3 under Chris Holtman. And then, and you know, it'd be hard. Well, I guess we'll see. It's hard to imagine Georgetown being that dysfunctional again.
Well, you never know.
like Xavier seems to have momentum. They're going to have to figure out how to replace Trey Carroll among others. But like Xavier's good. Providence was one of those teams that last year was toward the bottom. They will not be toward the bottom this year. So yeah, the floor of the Big East took a jump up last year. And now, collectively, the Big East just has to find a way to raise the ceiling. And that's hard to say when UConn has made it to, 3 of the last 4 national championships and won 2 of them.
Yep.
But that's why I say collectively, because you have to find a way to, again, with the expanded field, get 5, hopefully 6 teams in, and really, really start to carve out the national footprint again. Because if you take away UConn's national championships over the past couple of years, what does the Big East have?
Yeah, true. Yeah, good argument.
And so that's the like tough pill to swallow. But it's something I don't think that the league has to look at that and be like, oh man, like thank God we have UConn. No, I think it's an opportunity for the league, for the non-UConn members of the Big East to look and say, okay, this is clearly a team that has it figured out, and they're a little bit different than the rest of the teams in the league. They're the only public school. They have this, they have that, they have this. But it's like, okay, we compete with them for 20 games of the year, for 3 months of the season. And so how do we fully, on a national scale, get to that level? You've seen St. John's do it over the past couple of years. Creighton did it for the first 5 years of the decade. And so, like, how do all of these teams collectively catch up to that? I think that is the question that the Big East and that its members have to figure out how to answer.
All right, Jon Walker, the Omaha World Herald, here today on Middays with Matt. Jon, we appreciate it. Before I let you go, super quick, you get 2 movies you get to go to for the rest of the year. Only 2. Which 2 are you picking?
Okay, so I'm going to stall a little bit while I pull up my Letterboxd watch list. So The Odyssey, of course. I mean, I know it's such a mainstream answer, but like that is the spectacle of the summer. That is the spectacle of movies for the year, really. So we'll see. Like Spider-Man, of course, is going to do its thing, but like, boy, everybody's going to go see The Odyssey. Okay, so my watch list, if I had to pick another, I am really excited for Clayface, and I'll give you a bonus because I think everybody else is as well. I'm also excited to see what Tom Cruise does in Digger.
Okay, interesting pick. Okay, very interesting.
So
All right,
you 3.
I listen. I like that, Jon. Great stuff as always. Love talking movies. We will talk with you again next time. Have a safe 4th. Keep all your fingers, please.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Austin. See y'all. Stay safe.
All right, appreciate that. That was Jon Walker, the Omaha World Herald, joining us today on Middays with Matt. We'll take a break, and I feel like we have more movie discussions to get into. Who knows? Maybe it's just a movie Wednesday.
Oh, let's go.
We love movies here on Middays with Matt. That's next here on the 1620 The Zone Radio Network. The first quarter has ended in today's World Cup matchup in the knockout round with England and Call of Duty.
The couple notes.
What do you mean?
That I'd give you there.
Okay, please.
I don't think they have quarters.
Well, they just took a break at the 25th minute. Did they not?
That's a hydration break.
But
different.
But play stops and then resumes after the break, correct?
Look, you got to keep these guys hydrated.
In the indoor, facility that they're playing in, correct?
Is it an indoor facility? No, this is I have it written down on my what to watch.
Isn't that Los Angeles? I thought they were in LA.
This is in Atlanta. So yeah, you're actually probably
Mercedes-Benz. Oh, sorry, the Atlanta
Stadium.
Atlanta Stadium. That's on me.
And I don't think England is playing Call of Duty.
What?
On
Who
the
are they
field
playing?
today.
It said COD.
I believe that would be Congo. Now, what does the doctor stand for? I don't know. A lot of people are calling it Dr. Congo on Twitter, and that
Dr.
feels
Congo. The Democratic Republic of Congo.
Yeah,
I think is probably what it is.
Yeah, that probably feels more right.
As someone who makes doctor jokes,
Congo, great movie, and by great I mean not great at all.
I'm more of a Hotel Rwanda guy.
Two different movies.
Well, potato.
So how we doing?
No commentary.
I was looking for my 10-foot pole, couldn't find it.
All right. Josh, we ended talking with Jon Walker about the two movies you get to pick for the rest of the year, beginning here on July 1st. We have the midpoint of the year. I'll ask you the same question. Which two are you picking? In theaters, your two choices.
Two movies in theaters for the rest of the year.
If you want mine, I can give you mine. And then that can give you some time if you'd like it.
I wanted to look up one thing.
Okay.
So
are you picking Tom and Jerry Forbidden Compass?
No.
Okay.
But
that's fine.
I am reconsidering now. What are your picks?
I will pick Dune 3.
Okay.
As my first. That is my go-to. And I will be seeing it on opening night rather than Avengers Doomsday. I will wait to see Doomsday probably for the Christmas season. And my second one, I told you it could surprise you, but I don't think it's surprising once you know it's mine. I'm going to pick Godzilla -0. That's my other choice.
Godzilla boy.
Yes, big Godzilla boy. And also, I'll be honest, I'm ready to be disappointed by the Odyssey. I'm going in.
At this point, it is the hype has reached a fever pitch for cinephiles, and it can only be disappointing now.
And here's the other part too. And maybe this is me putting on a tinfoil hat for a movie that is going to be good. But my concern is that they had to get so many high profile actors and people working in Hollywood on this to overcome the fact that it is maybe not a good movie. And they were like, look at all these shining stars and ignore these giant plot holes that could be here. The Odyssey is a tough story to tell.
It is.
And they are not leaving any parts of it untraced from everything that I have read. So I'm concerned that I will be disappointed in how much of the detail they try to get into and rather focus on maybe some of the points that don't matter, much like many Nolan films. So I don't know.
So there's an anecdote surrounding the Odyssey that I have come to the conclusion that I don't care if it is true or not.
Okay.
It's just a good story, so it needs to be told. When Robert Pattinson was offered his role in the Odyssey, he asked to read the script first. And Christopher Nolan replied, well, that's funny. Everyone else just said yes.
Interesting.
Which kind of makes me think along the same lines as you is maybe there's script problems with this movie. Doesn't seem like anybody bothered to cultivate the script.
So what was your thoughts on, did you like Tenet and did you see it in a theater?
I did see Tenet in a theater. I braved the elements and sat in a theater by myself to watch Tenet.
You're braver than most.
I thought it was a little like the first time I watched The Matrix, where I'm like, whoa, this is really cool. I have no idea what's happening.
Nope.
But this is really cool.
One of the most confusing plots you've ever seen in your life.
And then I watched The Matrix a second time. And understood what was happening and still thought it was cool. I watched Tenet a second time, did not think it was cool, did not understand what was going on.
It's not good.
Probably won't try it again. Maybe it'd be fun to try it again here as we watch all of our favorite Christopher Nolan movies up to the release of The Odyssey.
That is true. What's your go-to Christopher Nolan movie?
As I have become a parent, I find Interstellar to be better and better every time I watch it.
Okay.
Hot take, I find Inception to be worse and worse every time I watch it.
Second that. Also, the FX-ification of Inception, I do not enjoy. I think The Dark Knight is a perfect movie. I love The Dark Knight.
I would agree. I often put those in their own like little sub Nolan category.
I think I saw Interstellar at the wrong time is where I'm coming to. Because Interstellar is not one of my favorites. It's notably not on my Letterboxd because I have not watched it since I got the app in 2018. And the reason I haven't watched it again is because I think when it came out, it was 2014. So when it came out, I hadn't been in college yet, but I watched it in college. And for whatever reason, I can't remember specifically what it was, but something that day just really upset me. And I don't think I was in the right attitude to enjoy Interstellar. And so since then, I've thought it was overbloated. I did not like it, like all this sort of stuff. So I have never understood the love that movie gets from everyone else. But I think I need to watch it with a better mind, a better state of mind, I'd suppose. I do think Batman Begins doesn't get the love that it deserves. I think Oppenheimer is not great. And I also think The Prestige deserves a lot more love than what it is gotten. And I just watched The Prestige a week ago. It was fantastic.
The Prestige is the trendy, like, movie to, like, I don't rediscover something.
I think
like
Memento is. I think Memento's closer to that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Memento. Although I will say, if people bring up Nolan, they'll be like, well, if you haven't seen Memento, you don't really get Nolan. They don't say it with The Prestige, so you're probably right in that.
I think they're all good.
I think so too. Except I'm not a big fan of The Dark Knight Rises. I can say, like, I would actually put Inception over The Dark Knight Rises.
There are cool moments in The Dark Knight Rises, and
way too long.
Way too long. It doesn't all work to the extent of the previous two.
And Joey King is in that movie, and so I'd naturally have to knock it down a notch. Not a fan of Joey King.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not sure why. Don't feel like I need to ask.
Nope, that's okay. You're not a fan of the Kissing Booth franchise on Netflix?
I'm sure my wife is.
All right.
Whatever you're talking about.
Whatever that is. Yeah. Whatever you're talking about, that's fair.
Okay, so 2 movies coming out in theaters this year. The Odyssey, and then we went on a tangent.
Sorry, our bad. That's on me. I almost moved on.
I don't apologize.
Okay.
Your second?
I already gave you my second.
You did?
I said Godzilla.
Godzilla minus
zero.
zero.
I said Dune Part 3. So your 2, because you said the Odyssey. Or no, did you take the Odyssey or not?
I would take the Odyssey because I also believe it will be nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah.
And then
we could have a lot of mid movies nominated for Best Picture, I fear.
I'm going to do this one more time. Marvel.
Oh no.
You have one more try with me. Not that I'm like not gonna see them, but like I'm not gonna.
Oh, there's 2 choices here, though.
I'm not gonna get excited. I'm not gonna bother to like carve time out of my day. Avengers Doomsday.
Okay, so you're not going Spider-Man here.
That would probably be 3rd or 4th.
Okay.
Like,
all right.
But I'm much more confident in like that will work. People will like that. It'll do well. Comment from my wife. On the YouTube stream. Quote, I'm sure my wife is, end quote, assuming I've watched every cringy rom-com is rude. Also accurate. Thank you, wifey.
That's tough. Another chat in YouTube was afraid you were going to say Ant-Man 4.
Whoa.
Is Ant-Man 4 a thing? Or is that just Doomsday?
That comment made me remember that Ant-Man 3 was a thing.
Oh, God. That's one of the worst movie experiences I've ever been to.
Woof.
I was still giving, like, phase 6? What phase are we on? 5? I don't even know.
It doesn't matter.
Remember when those mattered and we all cared?
You're like, oh, we're in a phase. Like, we're all working towards this.
Yep.
And now it's just kind of like a shotgun spray. Like, I don't know. You like this? You like this?
I like the idea that also, do you know how old Robert Downey Jr. is? This shocked me.
Okay. This should be fun.
Yeah.
How old is Robert Downey Jr.? I will go 58.
61. So 50, I mean, relatively, like Robert Downey Jr. is a terrific actor who's been stuck in Iron Man hell for 20 years. Now by his own volition.
But yeah, the checks are too big. Like, I totally get it.
Yeah.
Got his Oscar for Oppenheimer, like showed you, hey, I still can do this. It's in my bag whenever I want it.
You know what's terrible? I literally forgot he was in Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
That's awful. He is a phenomenal actor. And the only things that he's done is a lawyer movie, Iron Man. He was Chaplin before he was Iron Man. And then you're right. He was in Oppenheimer. And then he also did like a Doolittle movie.
Yeah,
and then
that was terrible.
He did, was it Due Date?
Yeah, with Zach Galifianakis.
I mean, what are we talking about? Like does he not want to do more? Or is he just like, does Marvel own him?
20 million a picture minimum. I'm going to look up his salary for Doomsday and it's
probably going to be 40.
Yeah.
Good for him. You know what? Good for him. I shouldn't hate, but I want to see more of you, my man. I want to see more of you.
Robert Downey Jr. is reportedly being paid more than $100 million to play Dr. Doom in Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars.
Get your money, man. Get your money, man.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I would also choose to do less.
Wait, Secret Wars is also like a follow-up to Doomsday, so Doomsday is not the finish?
Right.
This is
a little two-part. It's back-to-back Decembers, so like
I'm out.
I'm
out. I don't want to be a part of this. I want to unplug myself from this. And the Supergirl I see is getting like just torn apart. I was listening to a podcast that called Supergirl the end of superhero movies as we know it. I don't think that's true. I think superhero movies will continue on, but I think we're going to get back into like a Dark Knight-esque version of it where everything is going to be like, this is our take on this movie instead of the grand scale universe of it, right?
I saw Supergirl last night
and
I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Not anything revelatory, I doubt that at the end of the year I'll remember I have seen it. The actress Millie Alcock is terrific as Supergirl.
Interesting. Okay.
But the book it is based on is very emotional. It's got a lot of great themes. It didn't do that. It's a fine superhero movie. Remember when like in the 90s when superhero movies were fine and they didn't mean anything and you could eat popcorn for 2 hours and then go home? That's what this is.
I'm trying to make sure I have this right. Yes. You know what my favorite 90s superhero movie is?
Oh, this should be great. You
want to take a guess?
I'm going to guess you're a Batman Forever guy.
I am not a Batman Forever. That's a great guess, though. I did watch the Val documentary recently.
I saw you liked my review of Val that was months and months ago.
No, Spawn. I like Spawn.
Oh, good pull.
Spawn rocks.
Yes.
Spawn is a lot of fun.
It is.
I need to look up if you can watch Spawn anywhere.
It's terrible fun.
Yeah,
it's July. New streaming movies.
Nope. Nowhere right now. I'm gonna add this to my watch list though. This is gonna be
John Leguizamo.
Wow, good for him.
Yeah, he'll be in the Odyssey.
The clown. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Al Simmons is Spawn. He's been in a lot of good movies. Low key.
Why
Michael Jai White.
Got no internet here today.
Oh no, that's not good.
No,
not good at all. All right.
Yeah, sadly, no, not streaming anywhere.
What?
I had to see it for myself before I believed you.
Good movie talk. Good movie talk there.
Good segment.
Yes, great segment. Things you can't do with Matt McMaster. Talk movies.
I can talk movies. I just have to talk different movies like Cars. I know you're a Cars guy, but you've branched out in your old age.
That's right. Now, when the Cars live action remake comes out, I will not watch that.
I had not considered that as a possibility, but it is, isn't it?
A body horror movie that no one needs to see. No way at all. Do you give them teeth in live action or not? Like, that's a great question.
I feel like it'll be like the Sonic the Hedgehog trailer where they give the cars teeth and then the internet says, whoa, how could you give the cars teeth? And they also remove them before releasing the movie.
Just remember that the very beginning of that film begins with their introductory race where they have a three-way tie that sets up the entirety of the movie. And to force a three-way tie, Lightning McQueen sticks his tongue out to tie at the finish line. Do you want to see that in live action? I do not. I do not need to see that in live action. That is not something that has ever crossed my mind. That should probably be closer to the Terrifier franchise in terms of like body horror. Whoa. I don't need that. Second Terrifier franchise reference in this show.
Cutting people in half, literally, and showing everything. The camera does not cut away, people.
That's tough. You know what's not tough is new contract extensions coming for Nebraska baseball.
What a masterful segue.
You're welcome. We'll talk a little Nebraska baseball and get to a topic that we haven't touched on since Monday. We'll see if we can get to it next on Middays with Matt right here on 1620 The Zone.
And now we've reached the point in the show where Josh Odson reads the peculiar, the bizarre, the comical, the odd news with Odd Son. Odd news, Odd Son. See what we did there? The odd news with Oddson.
That's right. Middays with Matt. Austin Jacobsen in for Matt McMaster this week, here until Thursday. And a couple more comments in here as well on the YouTube chat. Judge Dredd. I'm not a fan of the Stallone version, but Dredd with Carl Urban. Very good.
Both Dredds are phenomenal.
Judge Dredd's not much
for different reasons.
Okay, that's fair. I like it that way. Before we get to the Nebraska baseball of it all, I did forget that we have odd news and odd son.
That's
so,
right.
Josh, please take it away.
Another one of our many segments that could be sponsored by you. Definitely real person Freddie, who we all fell in love with during the World Cup. Sadly, Germany was eliminated in a bombshell upset. This
an
week
interesting phrasing.
To Paraguay in the round of 32. And Freddie, the definitely real internet sensation.
He met Ella Langley. How do you know?
Someone met Ella Langley. Deleted his Twitter account.
Whoa, did he really?
After constant, people, just being clowned constantly.
That's crazy. Did he really?
The account skyrocketed in popularity as June went on, and the anonymous German started meeting with the likes of J.J. Watt, who, of course, would be duped by a fake person devised to sell you Taco Bell and all these other things. Seemingly anyone or any brand looking for an instant injection of free publicity. But now, less than 24 hours after Germany's defeat, Freddie's account is nowhere to be found. Sad day for the internet.
One part of this whole story that has made me very sad for Freddie is I actually choose to believe it's like Santa Claus. I choose to believe that Freddie was real in all of it. I think he had genuine intentions. I didn't like how everyone got mad at him for saying that he was not in the USA for the first time. He never said that this was his first time in the United States. He just said, I'm experiencing some of these new things for the first time. And people took that and ran with it and got upset with him that he lied. It just goes to show that we just don't like people who are having a good time online.
Right.
So just no one can have a good time.
So Freddie deleted his Twitter account. He did not delete his Instagram account.
Okay.
To where he posted, "Hey everyone, just wanted to let you know why I deactivated my account. 1, this was the plan all along, even before we started the World Cup trip. I doubt it. 2, too many people seem to have a problem with us having a genuinely good time here in the country, and this is ruining the fun a bit for us because we really just wanted to document our road trip and never expected that people would have a problem with it. 3, people are digging in my 22,000 posts to find a handful of, in their opinion, controversial posts." Imagine that, a German having controversial viewpoints.
Wow.
"And post them without zero context to make me look like a bad person. Thank you, Freddie."
Why was that his plan all along to delete the account?
Yeah.
Then? It seems like he added other reasons why he was going to delete the account. Why add that you were planning to delete the account?
It's a little like during COVID. Do you remember when John Krasinski did the Good News
that's right.
thing, and then he immediately sold it to CBS and was like, that was the intention all along? Feels like actually like the adverse of what the intention of that program should have been. And then CBS bought it and didn't do anything with it, which is like the exact chef's kiss money-making schemes over there at CBS.
Also, England just missed a header to equalize.
Congo still up 1-0, approaching halftime of the footy ball over there. Are you familiar with a bit on the odd days with? It's a bit within a bit.
Oh, whoa!
Truck spill of the week?
No.
I tell you that there's been a truck spill in this great nation of ours. You try and predict what has been strewn across the road. I will give you a hint. It is a beverage.
Okay, gotcha. Can I ask any follow-up, or do I just need to guess?
It's more fun if you just guess, but I'll play ball.
All right. I'm going to go with, I have one question, then I will guess from here. Is it alcoholic or non-alcoholic?
It is alcoholic.
Alcoholic. Okay, gotcha. Because my original guess is going to be Dr. Pepper, so now I'm not going to say that.
If it helps, this is in the state of Connecticut. That gives no clue.
That does not help at all.
To what it is.
Let's say Maker's Mark whiskey.
Ooh, my favorite. Thanks, Gary. Connecticut State Police thank drivers for their patience while crews work to clear the scene of a spill involving Michelob Ultra.
No!
Strewn across the road.
The drink of the World Cup?
That's right. A commercial tractor trailer veered off the roadway and overturned on Route 44 in Salisbury. The road was closed for several hours while crews worked to clear the roadway of cans and kegs of Michelob Ultra.
Get your kicks on Route 44.
That's how the song goes.
I'm pretty sure that's how the song goes.
And fine. Oh, wow. Look at this. I have plenty of time. Not used to that. We go to Oregon.
Are you talking this week or in general?
Just in general. I just never have time for things. Oregon. Sadly had to suspend a Yu-Gi-Oh card game tournament this week.
No.
Sad news out of, I don't know where the hell in Oregon this is. It doesn't really matter to the story, though. For those that are uninformed, Yu-Gi-Oh, similar to Pokemon or Magic the Gathering, where it's like a card game that nerds play. Chronos Games and Gifts in Beaverton posted an announcement on its Discord server.
Great city name.
It's like I don't know. It's like a Reddit. I don't know how to explain Discord if you don't know.
Imagine just Nick Grimm in internet version.
Yeah,
Discord.
kind of. Confirming no Yu-Gi-Oh events would be held there for exactly 1 week. Quote, "Attention Yu-Gi-Oh! We regret to inform you that there will be a 1-week suspension on our local events. We have had issues with people mistreating the restrooms and multiple bad reviews because of poor hygiene.
No.
As a reminder, we encourage players to follow Konami guidelines," that's like the makers of the game, "and report anyone who does not." Doesn't seem like that's the actual problem. "Neglecting to wash or put on clean clothes contributes to an unpleasant atmosphere at the event. Duelists who neglect self-care to the point that they are negatively impacting the tournament may be asked to correct the issue to continue the event."
I'm shocked that people at a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament smell bad. You'll be surprised that I look at the shock in my face.
Yeah, I just can't believe.
Man, if only their moms could bring them more chicken nuggets from the microwave. Do you think they're all wearing Snuggies as well, or do you think like their wizarding capes and hats are allowing them?
They are all wearing pajama pants.
Not that kind of wizard. I know what you're thinking. Not that kind of wizard. This is a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with what goes on at Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments.
I'm just gonna Google a photo Yu-Gi-Oh tournament and see what we get.
Oh yeah, this will be choice. It's all graphic tees and pajama pants, I bet. A lot of Crocs, I bet. Sorry, I know you're a Crocs guy. You're not one of those Crocs guys.
I wear socks with Crocs, which is 5 reasons you should play in a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. Might watch this over the break. Wow.
Hot Danger in the YouTube chat.
Hi, Hot.
I both want and don't want more details about misusing the restroom.
Oh man, that's great. That's great, man. That's great. Yeah, a lot of graphic tees in these photos.
Yeah.
A lot more tattoos and backwards hats than I anticipated.
Oh,
though.
Interesting. I wouldn't have guessed that.
A lot more. I'll admit I was into Yu-Gi-Oh, like the show when I was a child.
Okay.
And
As a child.
had a couple of cards and such. The Blue Eyes White Dragon is of course legendary. Dark Magician, another one of those. I'm looking at some of the new Yu-Gi-Oh cards that have come out. One of these, I think they've just gotten incredibly lazy, and I could be getting got right now. I could be getting sentled. But one of the new cards is Giant Flea. I mean that's like just
from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. No. Okay.
That's just incredibly lazy.
In Fortnite, we just put famous things in the game.
Yeah.
So maybe Yu-Gi-Oh's like, the best we could do is Flea.
And another Giant Flea. Another one is Bean Soldier. These aren't real. These can't be real. No way.
This feels like Garbage Pail Kids versions of Yu-Gi-Oh. That's for the old. Yeah. That's for the old heads. You probably don't know Garbage Pail Kids.
It's like the Duplos of Yu-Gi-Oh, where it's just for little baby kids, like Garrett McGuire. He's probably playing with those
tiny
Duplos.
Baby. Don't put a bunch of cups of water in his room, or he'll go run home to daddy.
That's right. And then he'll make your quarterback bet on the games. Man, he's probably shocked. He's like, "What? You can do what? What?
I can't wait to grow up and I can gamble on games."
Dad, where did Brendan go? Is Brendan coming back? We sent Brendan to a big farm out in northern Texas. He's not coming back, Garrett. Come on, Joe. Come on, Joey.
Can we get a new Brendan?
Oh, yeah. We should run that bit for a long time. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow.
We should. Remember when we made fun of him and everybody, oh, how could 1620 The Zone make fun of Gad? How could you make fun of him? It's going to hurt recruiting.
It's going to hurt recruitment argument is just the funniest thing because it's just, it's so layered. Has anything truly ever hurt in recruitment? Like for Nebraska
I know high school
standards.
kids in California love dipping into 1620 The Zone on YouTube. But trust me, it doesn't happen as much as you think. Nerds.
Oh, that's a great argument. Let's pencil this in for tomorrow. Things that might have actually hurt recruiting.
Okay, hashtag topic alert. I love this.
Should we just call it the crutin or is it recruiting?
I like the crutin.
You like the crutin?
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. If it's hurting the crutin, things that have actually hurting the crutin, and if they were 1620 related or not. That'd be funny. That would be funny. We could have a good time with that. All right. So when we come back, we've got a lot of bits we got to get to in the next hour. We've got the Nebraska Football Take Time Capsule, your Wacky Guest Wednesday. We did move up from 1 o'clock. We're celebrating 15 years in the Big Ten Conference for Nebraska. And at the top of the 1 o'clock hour, the reason we had to move our Wacky Guest Wednesday is because we will have a U.S. men's national team preview against B&H with Kearney High School boys soccer head coach Scott Steinbrook. That's coming up next right here on the 1620 The Zone Radio Network. Couple interesting comments in the YouTube chat.
Love our YouTube chat.
Hot Danger.
Hi, Hot Danger.
Tattoos or motorcycle riding lost its status symbol as a badass more? Question.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to go tattoos.
I was going to go motorcycle riding. I guess that's what makes this show great, is that we differ in opinions.
Let's dive into this a little bit.
It's not an echo chamber.
Yeah, let's dive into this a little bit. So motorcycle riding, I can go with you there.
It's still a skill, though, I guess.
A little bit. But so if you think about in every 80s and 90s movie ever, the badass female character would like ride in on a motorcycle and you'd be like, whoa.
Like, what's her name from Saved by the Bell?
Or Terminator 2, Judgment Day. You could have that too.
What was her name? Teresa?
Topanga?
No, that was... Come on. You're doing a thing and you're calling me old inadvertently.
Sorry, my bad. That's on me. That's
Tori.
Tori. But so if you see someone in a movie now that has a motorcycle, you don't immediately just go, oh, they're here to kick butt.
Have you seen Jason Momoa as Lobo in Supergirl? He rides a motorcycle.
He does ride a motorcycle.
Pretty badass.
True. Okay, fair. Yeah. He also rides a motorcycle in Aquaman as Aquaman.
Interesting.
And who else? Just off the top of my head, who else has ridden motorcycles in movies? Venom. Venom has ridden motorcycles. Tom Cruise rides a motorcycle. But that's just Tom. Is Tom Cruise badass?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you know this. Tom Cruise does his own stunts.
Yeah.
And
what is that?
That's caused him to climb the world's tallest buildings.
The Burj.
Try to drown himself.
Okay.
Hang from airplanes. Pull G's.
Strings. Anyway, on that note, let's get into the Nebraska football Take Time Capsule.
Finally, sports.
I know. Jeez. We're talking about everything else. I saw the chat grew very quiet when we brought up college basketball with Jon Walker. They were very active when we were talking movies, surprisingly enough. Interesting. Let's dive into the Take Time Capsule. Today is July 1st, 2026. Happy 15 years in the Big Ten.
What a run.
Man, oh man.
Here's to 50 more.
Wow. Only 30 years in the conference?
No, 50 more.
Oh, wow.
50 more.
So what are you going to do at your 65th? Then it's over. Just done.
By then, there
college football
won't
cease to exist.
Yeah, there won't be college sports.
That is fair. Good point. Good take. I kind of like this. There's some actually interesting ones, and we'll get into Nebraska joining the Big Ten Conference. There's also a couple of other programs that have joined the Big Ten on this date a few years ago. 2009. This is actually an interesting thing, and I did not realize that this was a 2009 thing because you could actually take this and erase the name of the coach and program and apply it to today. In fact, I'm going to do that to you. I'm sure you're reading it off the doc. You probably already seen this.
I don't look at the doc.
Okay, no, yeah, look at the doc.
I look at it before the show to see what we're talking about.
Okay, perfect. So in 2009, a head coach at a Power 5 conference. Remember there were 5 Power conferences?
I do. We'll get back. We'll circle back to that.
Sends an open invite to fans to attend a preseason practice.
Whoa.
That was from USC's Pete Carroll.
In
2009, he was almost, roughly 14, 15 years ahead of where Nebraska at least had started doing this, or we saw some semblance of this in the NIL era. That's pretty cool. Now, he did it as a way to kind of give back to fans and not necessarily to raise money for the program, but Lord knows USC had to pay some guys at that time.
First of all, a college football coach inviting fans to an open practice.
Watch practice.
Thinking citizens of LA would be like, you know what we could do today? Go watch the Trojans practice.
That is true. And notably, remember, this 2009 team was not one that many people were writing home about. I believe this was the Matt Barkley years before Carroll dipped and headed on out.
That was the other thing I was wondering. I was like, when did he go?
I think it was actually the next year. I think it was 2010, because this is when the Hound started circling on the Reggie Bush.
2010 Seahawks.
Yep, there you go. So maybe he was trying to be like, look, you can look at my program. Come and see all that USC has to offer, because I will not be here much longer. But regardless of the intent, it is interesting that now this is almost standard in some places, that you will get fans some sort of access into your program, whether it be through documentaries, insider looks, donation bases. And this one, a preseason practice where Pete Carroll says, come on in, Southern Cal. Why not? Got nothing better to do. In 2011, we mentioned Nebraska officially joins the Big Ten Conference. Here's another fun one for 2011. The Big Ten, I'm sure we're super excited that their newest member began their internal investigation on their extra benefits scandal. Do you know about this? Have you heard about this, Josh?
One more time. I was distracted by a headline.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
Nebraska has began their it's 2011. Nebraska is joining the Big Ten, and you're hearing whispers of an internal investigation for Nebraska. But why? What are they doing? Are they?
I actually do not remember this.
Okay, so in 2011, do you think that they're, selling cars or paying their players? Do you think Nebraska football is, giving away memorabilia for tattoos, like any of that sort of stuff that's going on?
I mean, those are some of the biggest scandals in the sports history.
Nope, you would be wrong. Nebraska started an internal investigation because their student athletes went to the bookstore to pick up their books, and some of them were already paid for.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Scandal.
Mm-hmm. So the NCAA,
death penalty.
What did they say? If they're not covered by scholarship money, we're taking it out on the university. That's right. So the athletic department ended up paying a $28,000 fine to the NCAA because of this, because of 238 athletes having received illegal book benefits. Now, this under Bo Pelini's regime, because remember, it's 2011, Josh? In the year of our Lord, 2011, how does this showcase Bo Pelini is starting to lose control of this program a bit? Now, I know that we're coming off of a Big 12 North title in, this past season. Back-to-back years, we feel really good. Obviously, the Oklahoma Big 12 championship game isn't where we wanted it to end. But entering the Big 10, we can't be having these sort of distractions. Our coach is screaming down the sidelines. We've got to elevate the program. We have to be the Big 10's premier brand. Ohio State looks terrible right now. They're not going to be any good. I mean, Urban Meyer is going to bring him back. Yeah, the guy who had a heart attack at Florida. Not that guy. No way. I'm sure he's going to stay, very clean. He's not going to get in any trouble with any co-eds or anything like that. Urban Meyer seems like a good dude, but it could take him a while. I mean, come on. He had Tim Tebow as his quarterback. He's going to be fine. Nebraska's going to be the premier flight program of the Big Ten Conference. We can't be giving away free books to our kids and hurt ourselves in Cruton. We got to be more careful about that sort of stuff.
Everything has to be on the up and up.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That is so true. Oh, well, I guess we're starting the Big Ten.
Don't remember this.
We're starting the Big Ten under scandal, Josh.
The bad boys of the Big Ten.
That's right. We give away free books and we ride motorcycles. Don't forget.
I didn't come here to play school.
That's right. In 2018, on this day of July 1st, 8 years ago.
8 years ago. Okay.
We lost one. We lost a big one.
Oh, no.
Yep. This coaching change has done a number. It opened up the transfer portal. Well, it's not really a portal. It's more of just like people can transfer because, there's more opportunity for people to move around because of the change in coaching. Nebraska fullback Ben Miles is transferring to Texas A&M. So
damn it, Trev.
We're losing the Les Miles coaching tree because it's his son.
Yeah.
And, how dare we lose him to A&M of all? Why would a Husker go to A&M? We hate those guys.
Well, his dad probably told him there were cuter girls there. He would know.
Maybe the grass tasted better at A&M. You never know. That's also a possibility.
Well, I mean, yeah, it probably did taste better. Their turf and ag management.
That is true. Yep. That's what they're best known for. They're ag at Texas A&M.
It's right there in the name.
Yep. Speaking of Texags, we'll get to them later. You have big thoughts on what Nebraska fullback Ben Miles is. Can you wrap up Ben Miles' Nebraska fullback just career for me?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One of the biggest what ifs in Nebraska football history.
What if could Ben Miles have stopped the Akron thunderstorm? People are wondering.
Now, there's the real question.
That maybe
would have turned the whole program around.
Maybe we're pointing to the wrong point in time that the Akron thunderstorm was not the thing Frost needed to get going. It was losing a leader like Ben Miles to the transfer window.
Now, I understand the fullback position is different now.
Not at Nebraska.
Than it was.
Not at Nebraska.
Ben Miles, 29 career games played. All but one of them at Kansas, FYI.
Interesting.
Let's see. 4 catches for 10 yards, 3 rushes for 1 yard.
That's a great average.
Yeah, for a fullback. Yeah, that's what you want.
Really
right?
good average.
This might shock you.
Well, clearly
no touchdowns.
Oh, well, I was going to say clearly he scored a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he did go to Texas A&M. Scored. Anyway, wow. Truly, I think you phrased it perfectly. What of the bigger what ifs in Nebraska football history? What if maybe Ben Miles was the glue that kept that team together, and that's why they unraveled to start 0-6.
Oh,
wow. There's truly no way to know. There's truly no way to know. That one butterfly flap has changed Nebraska football's history for the worst. And it's all your fault, Ben. It's all your fault.
Wow.
Finally, in 2020, this was a conversation on the message boards that we've been peeking into. Could Luke McCaffrey, notable Nebraska quarterback, could he win the starting quarterback job over Adrian Martinez? That is if we're playing football this year, naturally. So I'll ask you, Josh, on this July 1st of 2020, we're doing this show clearly in studio. We are not using the internet by any means in 2020. Are we going to play football this year?
I mean, it's football. Why wouldn't we?
That's true. And
we'll get this whole thing figured out by then, I'm sure.
And don't forget, the safest place to be during COVID is Nebraska, and with Nebraska football.
Yeah.
Our Lord and Savior, Scott Frost, told us so. He said there's no safer place than inside of the walls of Memorial Stadium. I believe that. I do believe that.
Prove him wrong, Fauci.
Now, do you think Fauci has a take on McCaffrey or Martinez? Do you think he's one of the M&M brothers?
He felt like a McCaffrey guy.
I think he's a McCaffrey guy as well. But remember, McCaffrey had that great moment against Iowa where he came in and threw a touchdown, and then we benched him immediately.
Okay, so I do remember seeing this on the Google Doc this morning.
Yeah.
And it did bring back memories of.
This is a real argument.
I thought Luke McCaffrey might be he had the unknown.
That's right.
I knew what Adrian Martinez was, and it was fine. He was very good.
The back
in hindsight, I was
yes,
dead ass wrong. But
what? Well, I mean, but Luke made the league, did he not?
Is he a Jet?
No,
is that right?
He's a commander. That's right, as a receiver.
Jet, commander, same thing.
Yep, commander, receiver.
Green jacket, blue jacket. Who gives a
soon to be yellow jacket with the Hall of Fame, because Luke Mack is getting there. All right, or don't forget, Luke Mack also transferred to Louisville. People forget. People do
forget.
He was there. So that's just our Nebraska football take time capsule. One of these years, I haven't asked you this yet, not necessarily related to the takes by any means, but Josh Hodson, I'll ask you as of right now. We'll almost Avengers Endgame this to bring it back to our movies. You get to snap your fingers, and all the Infinity Stones light and glow and burn your arm.
I don't feel so good.
Everything stays the same in the world in which you are in, except you get to transplant yourself into one of these years. I'll give you the years we listed: 2009, 2011, 2018, or 2020. Which do you choose to go back to?
Wow. What were the earlier years? 9,
11.
Oh, careful.
Sorry, Chance. 18 or 20.
Give me 11.
Okay. All right. 2011. 2011. Okay. So you are just jazzed about Nebraska being in the Big Ten Conference.
I was. Everything felt new and exciting, like your first day of school. I was of an age where I was old enough to be on my own and do stuff, but I wasn't so important that I was bogged down with work.
Could you imagine
children?
You're at this station in 2011 and you are just emphatically saying, this might not be the best idea. I think we've bit off more than we can chew if we're Nebraska football.
I was a rah-rah Big Ten guy.
This could be not great for us, especially if they decide to change the divisions by geography. We could get screwed here, guys. We could get screwed. Speaking of that,
we're already getting screwed. Texas was screwing us left and right.
That's true. Man, Texas starting the Longhorn Network, that's going to last forever. Could you imagine having a network just for one program or a conference? That'd be brutal.
Whoops.
Who'd ever want that? Who'd watch that? Quick quiz for you before we take a break and get to our Wacky Guest Wednesday.
Okay.
Can you name the schools in the Legends division of the original Big Ten Conference when Nebraska joined?
No, I can't.
I will give you this. Nebraska is in the Legends. Can you name the rest?
Michigan.
Michigan is one.
Penn State.
Penn State is not.
Oh.
That's one.
Illinois.
Illinois is not.
God, I got a 50-50 shot with all these. Wisconsin.
Wisconsin is not. That's strike 3.
I really had the leaders division memorized. I was the leaders guy.
Yes. Okay.
Northwestern.
Northwestern is 1. Yes. You're
Ohio
up to 3.
State.
No. You love the leaders. You loved the leaders.
Well, I am a leader. I don't know
Fair.
if you know this about
I'm more
me.
of a legend myself.
All right, I'm going to tap out while I'm only slightly behind.
Okay. Here is your legends division. Iowa, in alphabetical order. Iowa, Michigan, Michigan State, Minnesota, Nebraska, Northwestern. The leaders division.
God, what a crappy division. And they still couldn't do anything with it.
You're tough at that time. Michigan, not great. Michigan State, you had D'Antonio. That's not bad. Yeah. Northwestern is Northwestern.
Somehow defying the odds and playing above their weight class. Sure.
This, I believe, is pre-Fleck at Minnesota. This is the guy who was eating ice cream bars on the sideline, if I remember right. Because he was diabetic. That's why.
Yeah, there were reasons.
This is Rich Rod and Brady Hoke, Michigan. And then this is still Ferentz in Iowa. You could not win multiple division titles in a row in that division. That's crazy.
Couldn't even get...
Oh, that's fun.
Couldn't even get a sniff.
I'm tweeting this out. That's very funny. On the opposite side, your leaders were Illinois, Indiana, Ohio State, Penn State, Purdue, Wisconsin. I know that the Big Ten has changed a lot, but in 2026, if we still cared about divisions, that is a wet dream of a division for the 2026 season. You get Indiana, Ohio State, and Penn State all competing for the leaders division title. That's very fun.
My goodness.
That's very fun. All right, that is our Nebraska Take Time Capsule. Do love this. This has been a fun bit. We'll get one more in tomorrow, and we'll hit plenty of other topics, but it is one of our favorite bits of the week here on Wednesday. It is Wacky Guest Wednesday. Who is it? You'll have to wait to find out. That's coming your way next on the Zone Radio Network and Middays with Matt.
It's Wacky Guest Wednesday. Middays with Matt. Who is our guest? We don't know. It could be anybody. It could be an actress. It could be a singer. Could be your mom. A-O, let's go. They're in the green room. Who's our guest? We don't know. They're all booked up and they're ready to go. Hey, Josh, choose a guest. Make them interesting. Don't screw this up, or this will suck. It's Wacky Guest Wednesday. Middays with Matt. Who is our guest?
Well. Middays with Matt here on 1620 The Zone. I'm Austin in for Matt McMaster, and
it's just so much fun.
We love Wacky Guest Wednesday. It's the best.
What a week we've been having together, you and me.
God, you're right. Honestly, it's just been smiles, giggles. The chat is having so much fun with us.
Smiles for miles. So many complimentary emails coming in. Our way.
Oh, just from every inbox possible. The chat on Twitter. Just I've noticed we've got more 5-star reviews on the podcast this week than what was coming in the past few years. It's been incredible.
Yeah.
Just incredible stuff.
Great stuff.
Speaking of all that, with all the fun that we've been having, it is time to get to our Wacky Guest Wednesday. And maybe it's time to introduce him. Why don't you do it yourself? Our wacky guest, are you there? Can you hear us? Oh, no, he's gone. Did he leave us? Oh, he's here now? Okay. Our wacky guest. Hey, can you introduce yourself, wacky guest?
I'm Matt McMaster. I'm the co-host of Middays with Josh.
Whoa, really? Matt McMaster, what are you doing?
Oh, good get.
Good get, Josh. Yeah. Great get, Josh.
I was called by Josh Hodgson, who is the heart and soul of 1620, and I go, what is going on? And he said, I was told to call you. and then I'm like, okay. And he was like, well, you're on the morning show.
You were.
So we're going to have you on here. And then all of a sudden the Wacky Guest Wednesday song was playing. That's the second time I've heard that masterpiece today.
Oh, nice. So, yeah. Just so you know, this bit was planned before that bit was planned. That's the case.
Fair.
Yeah.
You'll
recall that I was texting you earlier this week for some inside baseball for those in the YouTube chat or online listening, wherever you're listening, all that great stuff. And they did hear your complaints of you hearing that I had hijacked the Wacky Guest Wednesday.
Yeah. Well, I just didn't like that you didn't break the rule. You know, Middays with Matt is a very principled show.
Yeah.
As Josh will tell you.
The most.
And so, you know, the principle is that the host doesn't know who the wacky guest is. And I found it to be a little bit disrespectful of you, our show, Josh's and I's show, and you were breaking principle, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I've never been disappointed in you.
And are you disappointed in me now that you are? Did you ever dream you could be a Wacky Guest Wednesday on Middays with Matt?
I mean, no, not really. I never really did the math that I could be one of the wacky guests.
Wow.
I never really put that together. Yeah. Am I upset? No, I'm not. I'm not at all. I love being on the radio, so I appreciate the call.
This guy loves radio. This is Matt McMaster.
On his vacation.
On his vacation.
He is appearing on 1620 The Zone for the second time today.
Truly, no one works harder than Matthew J. McMaster.
I mean, I like to think that I'm a hardworking individual. I will say that your use of social media doing the show has made me realize that I should use social media more. So congratulations on pushing me. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, no problem. My title is digital content creator, so I do try that every once in a while. Matt, it is 15 years in the Big Ten Conference for Nebraska today. No one is better equipped than you, who is from the Big Ten headquarters in Chicago, to talk about.
I drove by yesterday.
Wow, that's big. Did you face east and make sure that you spent some time celebrating the Big Ten Conference?
No, I did not spend time celebrating the Big Ten Conference. However, I'm thinking about placing my order for the Trinity shirt that celebrates the last 3 Big Ten national champions, obviously Michigan, Ohio State, and Indiana. So I am not doing my part, but now that you say it, I feel like I should.
Okay, very good. Well, I have 2 questions for you about Nebraska and the Big Ten Conference. We'll start with number 1. It's been 15 years in the Big Ten for Nebraska in all their athletics. People forget Nebraska's not just football. They've had some success in the Big Ten and other sports. Give me your number 8 top 15 moment for Nebraska athletics in the past 15 years in the Big Ten.
Oh, great question. My 8th biggest moment for Nebraska in the Big Ten. I would say softball winning the 2021 Big Ten tournament.
Wow. That is a moment no one has forgotten about, for sure.
No one, before Jordy Ball, before Alexis Jensen, before all the transfers, just a couple of ragtag softball players came together and won the Big Ten softball tournament.
Okay, I do like that. That's very good. Where do you rank Big Ten volleyball in terms of moments with Nebraska volleyball? Do you have any Nebraska volleyball moments in your top 15 of Nebraska's 15-year run in the Big Ten Conference?
I would say that beating Wisconsin for the first time in 10 years at it wasn't John Cook. What is it, John Cook Arena now?
Yes.
At the Devaney Center. That'd probably be up there. That's probably is one of them. I mean, like them making the national championship. I mean, they've won national championships, literal national championships being the Big Ten. So pretty sure the last Nebraska national championship was volleyball. So that'd probably have to be up there.
As a member,
me personally, I love when they beat number 1 Wisconsin for the first time in 10 years. I was at that game. It was the only volleyball game I ever went to. Was that
Wow. Wacky Guest Wednesday, Matt McMaster, 1 for women's sports. That's huge. Thank you, Matt. We appreciate that.
You're very welcome.
Matt,
you are on the most progressive show on 1620 Zone. So it's only right that we give women's sports their proper due. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I second that, and I'm really excited for tomorrow when we take a look back in women's sports. That'll be a great moment. Speaking of great moments, Matt, can you name all the legends from the Legend Division of the Big Ten Conference?
Oh, great question, Austin Jacobsen.
Thank you. That's 2 if people are counting at home.
Careful, it's hard.
Probably not.
Good answer.
But I would say what? Minnesota.
Okay.
Wisconsin.
Nope.
Oh, so it was Minnesota, Nebraska, Iowa.
Yep.
Northwestern.
Yep.
Purdue.
Nope.
Illinois.
Nope.
All right, then I don't know.
Michigan and Michigan State were the other 2 in the original Legends.
Dang it.
I know.
I should know that. That
you
was
should.
Bad.
That was bad.
A bad one. That was a bad one. See, there's some. Josh knows that I don't like being quizzed, just like Robert Downey Jr. or Tony Stark doesn't like being handed things. I don't love to be quizzed. That's not my forte. I took enough of them in grade school. But that's one I should have faced. That was a bad one. That was a bad moment.
Okay, very nice. Speaking of not being quizzed, how about extended? Quick thoughts. Give me 38 seconds or less on Will Bolton, the Nebraska baseball staff, being extended through 2032.
Well, so the assistant staff only got 2-year deals. Austin, if you're reading the fine print, only Coach Bolt got extended to 2032. But well deserved. Had a lofty goal to host a regional. They accomplished it. Mazel tov. And they get their nice extension, and they, probably got some raises. Good for them. Hopefully they can break through that ceiling, and the next goal is being in a super regional. So there you go.
Wow, 28 seconds. You had 10 seconds to spare. You could have added some more detail onto that take. Yeah.
Wow, that's very rare that I was given a time stamp and I went under it. That doesn't happen often.
That's fair.
28 seconds, a long time.
Yeah, long time.
Long enough.
Yeah, I think you got a lot done in 28 seconds.
Very proud of you.
Make a bunch of different points in 28 seconds.
Matt, we have some comments from the YouTube chat. People are asking where your mother is. Is she around?
No, she is driving my sister to yoga.
Nice.
We only have one car for 3 people, so it's kind of tough.
So why didn't the McYogas all get together and do it as a family? Do you hate women? Do you hate doing activities with women?
Interesting.
No. I'm not a yoga guy. I've never done yoga, so maybe I can't say I'm not a yoga guy.
Because women are there, that's why. You don't want to
go downstairs at work and do
you don't
yoga.
want to be in the same spaces with women in yoga?
No. Honestly, it'd probably be good for a single man like me to do yoga in order to meet more women.
Notably with your sister and mom. Yes, great place to meet women.
Well,
yep.
no, mom isn't at yoga. She's just driving my sister to yoga.
I see. Okay.
And believe it or not, I've never hit on a woman in front of my mother. Which,
Poll question.
That is a good question.
That's actually not true.
Have women hit on you in front of your mother?
Yeah.
Whoa. That's big.
Yeah, that has happened. Dad thought it was great. Mom was weirded out.
Oh, okay. She didn't approve? She didn't like forward-thinking women?
No. It happened twice, and she was like, this is weird. You know? Like,
interesting.
Like, please don't. One of them was at a restaurant, which was really strange.
Oh, interesting. Was it your waitress? Did they drop off water and say, "Here's my number" on a napkin?
No. It wasn't the waitress. It was a woman that I knew from high school.
Okay. All right. Okay. Josh, I'll throw you into this. Do you have any questions for Matt McMaster after all the fun we've had this week? Do you miss him at all?
Well, I mean, Austin's doing a real admirable job. I don't know if you heard before we had you on, we're really yucking it up. A lot of positive comments in the email. It's just super. The vibes are immaculate without you here, Matt.
That is true.
What are you
doing? Great to hear.
Yeah.
Great to hear, Josh.
Yeah, take another week if you need it. You're fine.
Josh did tell me during a segment, he was like, we just never get to talk about the stuff I want to talk about. So it's just refreshing to have a voice on this show. And I said, you know what? You're right, Josh. I like giving you your opinions and talking about things you're interested in.
That is not true. All right. We have made all of the benchmarks for Josh on the show. All of the little things that we do is so Josh gets to talk more. I want Josh to talk more. I told Josh that.
Oh, I've been given so much on this Mekhi Nelson story this week. I've been really helpful.
So much.
What are you doing, Matt?
What am I doing right now?
Well, I mean, just like in general, like there's a lot of fishing on this trip, yes?
No, there's no fishing going.
Oh,
interesting.
I thought you were going to Wisconsin to fish.
No, I went to Wisconsin to golf.
Oh, so you lied to your workplace about what you were doing.
No, that one's on me. That one's on me.
That's not true. That was all. That's on Josh. Josh knew I was golfing. That was for the weekend, and now we're back home. I'm very hungover right now, and so it's
So were you drunk on the morning show?
Wow.
We were. I mean, no, but I was like not bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Like I was not doing well. I was at Wrigley yesterday, and so now I'm kind of in the point of the day where I'm like, okay, time to take a shower, like time to get out of the clothes I was wearing yesterday, all that stuff. Like, there's been a lot of chores that have been done though in between the morning show and now. I bought my Phil Steele magazine.
That's good.
Yes.
And then I bought my Lindy's Big Ten preview. Then my mom was getting her nails done. And so I was just at Barnes & Noble for a little bit while she was getting her nails done. So I found The Last Ronin, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle book.
Great book. I would have loaned you my copy.
Well,
that's a good friend.
You know what? I probably, you might have to, because I read half of it and then she was ready to get picked up. So then I put it back in the shelf.
Okay.
And then, that's what I do. I don't really buy, I go to the library and I read books and then I put them back.
Would you say you're stealing information then by not purchasing the book? I feel like that's illegal somehow. I'm gonna say that's intellectual property you're stealing and not rewarding the artist.
Yeah, probably. There definitely is some moral questions to be asked here about whether or not I should be reading at times whole books and then putting them back in the shelves of Barnes & Noble. There's also the same conversation to be had in terms of putting my paws all over these books and then putting them back for someone else to eventually buy it. But at the same time,
Do you think you read the second most amount of books on 1620 The Zone?
Good question.
Oh, probably. I mean, I've read 4 this year, so I feel like that puts pretty prime territory to be. Josh just finished up book number 25, so congratulations to him. I don't think I will get to that, but I have read a good amount of books. I mean, I read a lot, but not all of them are books. I read a lot of articles too. I mean, someone has to read the Brendan Sorsby lawsuit cover to cover.
Somebody does. Correct. Yeah, someone has to.
I don't think anyone has to.
Matt, do you use going to Barnes & Noble as a way to look mysterious while you read books so women will come and ask you intellectual questions? Is that why your mom has seen you witness?
I don't
being
think
hit?
women approach men
England
anymore,
has
guys.
scored on a header. It's all tied up. The
Park
equalizer.
The bus, Congo. What happened? Did they tie it? I was watching
Yes.
the game.
Thoughts right now as England has tied it with the Democratic Republic of Congo.
God dang,
Oh, you're
red
anti-England. You're anti our friends across the pond.
Friends?
They ain't our friends.
What do you mean?
This week, of all weeks, you're going to call them our friends, Austin.
They're not our friends, right? They're friends because they have to be our friends, right?
Okay.
Like the relationship between the United States and England is like the kid, one kid was bullying another kid, and the kid who was getting bullied ended up having a big growth spurt, ended up being 6'6", 270 pounds that could kick anybody's ass, and then they became friends because they had to out of necessity.
Right. It's a very relatable conversation. Yeah, that makes sense.
So no, I don't like them. I don't like them. But DR Congo, great flag, awesome flag. I didn't know that flag.
Good argument.
Very thankful.
I do like that. All right, Matt, our Wacky Guest Wednesday. I don't know if you ask a Wacky Guest Wednesday final question, but the floor is yours. What would you like to discuss for your final segment and final moments here on 1620 The Zone as a Wacky guest, I should say?
Oh, I thought you were firing me.
No. I could never. I don't have that.
That reminds me, we do need to have a talk 8 a.m. Monday when you get back.
Wow. Has the show gone that well without me around?
Oh, it's
people are saying
the word swimmingly has come up a lot.
That's a good adjective.
I hate you too.
What?
What do I want to talk about? I really, guys, I'm gonna be real with you. I have no sport take whatsoever.
That's good.
And it's great.
Way to vacation. I tweeted at you yesterday to touch grass, and I'm proud of you.
Takes on where LeBron will land.
Oh, let's hear it. LeBron where?
I don't care.
LeBron where, Matt? LeBron where?
The Bulls.
Golden State.
Ooh.
I will say I am talking myself into being invested in the Chicago Bulls for the first 20 games of the season before I get very disappointed and give up again, that's what it's been the last 5 years. But yeah, I'm in on that. I like the moves that they've made. Other than that, my feet have been up. I've been golfing. I golfed 54 holes. I'm going to golf another 18 tomorrow. Golf another 18 on Saturday. I mean, it's just great. It's just awesome.
All right.
Vacation is great. I recommend it.
Yeah, a hot take from Matt. Vacation is great. Last comment, then we'll let you go, Matt. Comment from the YouTube chat. This is why I tune in to listen to international, political, and historical takes from a guy who was reading a Ninja Turtles book at Barnes & Noble while his mom was getting her nails done. Your thoughts, Matt?
Thanks, John, for the text. I really appreciate it. It was very nice of him to comment in. Very nice of him. Or J-Man. It's one of those two. But very sweet of them. Appreciate them. Great. Yeah. I mean, go soccer. I'm going to a bar tonight to watch the game. I'm fired up about that.
Wow.
That'll be great.
Matt's first bar. Who would have thought? That'll be very exciting for you. Make sure you pace yourself, drink some waters in there, okay?
Yeah, I'll make sure to tweet all about it. I'm going to send you so many pictures and so many tweets about me at the bar.
I can't wait.
Awesome.
One beer Wednesday. That'll be a lot of fun for you. Hey, do you think
more? Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think because you've been on both shows today, you will end up on Unsportsmanlike Conduct in some way later?
I'm already booked for 4:30.
Wow.
To spoil the surprise.
Wow.
Hell
what
yeah,
fun.
buddy.
That rocks.
So much for vacation.
Just Matt, just enjoy it. Everything's going fine without you here. If you need more time, feel free to take it.
Johnson. I hate you so much.
I'm just reassuring you.
You never lie. You never lie for me. And then you do this. And you make me feel insecure. And then you were talking about how, I'm a little paranoid when it comes to Austin because people are out to get me. Do you know what this man did to me? Do you know what he did? You were a part of it. You were scheming with him. So how can I not?
I was not a part of that scheme.
Man. Yes, you were. You were there.
He went rogue.
I acted alone. He was made aware of the scheme.
Did I know before you? Yes, I did.
And you let me flounder.
It was too late to stop it.
Well, he didn't let you tuna, that's for sure.
I legitimately lost money that day, and it could have been more money.
Which was very funny.
Yes.
All right, Matt, enjoy your vacation.
Right.
We appreciate you and enjoy your Wacky Guest Wednesday.
Thank you, Austin. Thank you for calling me. One hell of a get.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Great get from Austin.
It's going great without you, buddy.
I dropped him. Matt McMaster, 1620 The Zone, joined us here on Middays with Matt. What fun. What fun that was. Thanks for making that work, Josh. That was incredible stuff.
You know, it was a lot of sacrifice and commitment on my part. I was happy to do. I was happy to do it for the station.
For the station, we appreciate that. And Matt's just staying busy. He will be staying busy.
Let's hear if he sobers up even more over the next 4 hours.
Great point. Great point. We talked a little baseball in there. When we come back, I'll touch a little bit more on baseball on a topic I've been trying to get to since Monday. We'll talk that next, coming up on 1620 The Zone and Middays with Matt.
Now, back to Middays with Matt on 1620 The Zone.
Here on Middays with Matt, we do have a pair of Omaha Storm Chasers tickets we'd like to give away. And the way you can win is by calling in on the Prairie Flower Casino hotline, 402-951-1620. When we wrap up this segment here in just a couple of minutes, if you can give us the keyword freedom and fireworks, that is freedom and fireworks. Remember the keyword when you call in. We will give you a pair of tickets for Friday's game, Josh. Is that all correct? Did I do that right?
Yeah, every bit correct.
So yeah, you get fireworks on Friday as well, which will be a lot of fun. And the Omaha Storm Chasers are fun to watch, as we talked to our good friend Marty Cordero earlier this week. Again, that is 402-951-1620, your keyword freedom and fireworks. Call in at the end of the segment when we call for the callers, and you can be in to win. All right.
Not right now.
Hold it. Wait, hold on a second. We talked a little bit about it with our good friend Matt McMaster just a minute ago. There have been extensions announced for Nebraska baseball staff. Congratulations are in order to assistant coaches Rob Childress, Lance Arbel, and Mike Sirianni. They've signed extensions through the 2028 season, while head coach Will Bolt is extended through 2032. I do anticipate, and we won't know this until obviously we see the record or the books that come out of what the extension prices may change, or if someone FOIAs that information here later. I'm sure that'll probably come out in the next coming days or so of what maybe an overall boost in salary would be for one Will Bolt and the coaching staff. But it does seem deserved, as it was a 43-17 season last year. Nebraska reached the 40-win mark for the 20th time in program history, just the second time under Will Bolt. And did England score again?
Yeah.
Wow.
Should have parked that bus, Congo.
The Brits. How dare they? How dare they? Back to baseball. Nebraska, of course, hosted that Lincoln Regional, 7-time program in history, first time since 2008, while they have made their third consecutive regional appearance for the first time since 2008. My only thoughts on this so far about Will Bolt specifically is that, oh boy, that was in the 87th minute. Oh, that's tough. That's real tough. My thought initially with this is believing in Will Bolt is a right idea because of the success he has given you so far. And Nebraska athletics, and in that term, is putting Will Bolt in the most advantageous situation possible. And I do like the idea that they are pushing towards for the program and everything else, because as much as there has been a lot of just blatant finger pointing at different times by fans and by just like general people online, just saying, well, this program isn't supported enough. They need to do more to make baseball competitive at Nebraska. What can they do to compete with some of the Southern schools and the schools that are inside of the Big Ten Conference that Nebraska has to compete with, namely out west? Nebraska cares about its baseball. Obviously, getting more full scholarships for baseball would be a big deal and would make it one of the more competitive, if not the most competitive in the Big Ten outside of the California schools. But they have a chance now. Improvements at the clubhouse, continuing to look at improving the facility at Haymarket Park, adding more priority to Nebraska baseball, and now making the coaching staff a priority. It does look like everything coming in line for Nebraska baseball is finally rowing the boat in the same direction. There have been different times, and even in last year's Big Ten tournament win, when Nebraska was kind of a middling Big Ten team, they struggled, in longer stretches of the season, but ended up coming together with that miracle run to get to a regional where they ended up losing to Florida, I believe. Last year, it felt like the team was very disjointed in many different ways. This year, much more connected. The guys liked each other. You could see the young talent that's coming up. There are still, some concerning spots for the upcoming season. But one thing that I like about what you built off of this year and why you extend Will Bolt to 2032 after the success of this season is because some of those goals and goalposts that you have set and markers for Nebraska baseball, they've now reached. They're not trying to move the goalposts again and say, hey, before we can make you the confirmed leader for this amount of time or whatever, we need you to do this. I had said it on this station, I believe, in place for, I think it was Matt earlier this year or later in the fall. I can't remember. It was one of those times. And I had talked a little bit about how it felt like there was just a lot of continued goalpost moving, because sometimes, especially in college baseball, we do that. We jump ahead of ourselves too many times. Here in Nebraska, we do it easily because Omaha hosts the College World Series. It's easy to look down the road and just say, Why aren't you getting to Omaha? Why aren't you doing this? But especially in building a program, and this is in terms of any college athletics, you got to hit your benchmarks first. Not everyone's going to jump over every single hurdle in its first go, a la Indiana football. Sometimes you have to get to the postseason, win your conference, get a home regional, get to a super regional, host a super regional. Some of these steps can come at the same time. Others, it takes a little bit to move forward. I've mentioned it a few times, but Evan Bland of the Omaha World Herald had a great article about the difference between Oklahoma and Nebraska and what his conversation with Caden Brumbaugh was like. I would really encourage a lot of people to go in and read that article. One of the big takeaways that I had was just the mentality inside of the clubhouse was something that Brumbaugh had talked about, and everything else that circles around Oklahoma brought them in together to be a winner in this season. But Nebraska may have that same happenstance happen to them here in the coming, seasons or so, if they're able to kind of continue pushing and rowing forward here in just the next few seasons. They've done a good job so far, and I think getting with Will Bolt back on board for another go of it is going to be the right move. No one is going to say that was the wrong idea by extending Will Bolt. All right, we will get to our U.S. men's soccer preview coming up here in just a little bit. We are taking those callers now for those Storm Chasers tickets, 402-951-1620. Call in, give us those keywords, and you can win a pair of Storm Chasers tickets. 402-951-1620 right here on 1620 The Zone.
Now back to Middays with Matt on 1620 The Zone.
Well, I can affirmatively say this is the first time, hopefully this is the first time this guest has ever been a part of the 1620 The Zone. It is my good friend and Kearney High School boys soccer head coach, American Outlaw himself, Scott Steinbrook. Scott, how are you doing today? Thanks for making some time as England and Congo are now officially wrapped at 2-1 the final.
Oh my gosh, this was edge of your seat TV right now. I don't dislike England, but Congo was such a great story. I was hoping we could talk about a big Congo upset, but thanks for asking me to be on. This is fun. Always a pleasure to talk soccer with guys like yourself and just get hyped up for tonight's U.S. game and celebrate an amazing World Cup.
Absolutely. So plenty to get into there. This will be our U.S. men's national team preview against B and H is what I've called them all week because I'm terrified of giving them more motivation on trying to make sure that I don't mispronounce their country names by any means. But Scott, when you kind of came into this entirety of the World Cup and everything, I understand you've been able to get out for a couple of the group play games. Can you tell me what the advantage is for the United States, just being able to have this inside of the country's borders, all that good stuff, and what the fan base is able to give the United States team?
Well, going into the World Cup, we were all obviously very excited, but then, FIFA does what FIFA does, and ticket prices and lodging issues and logistics. And I think, the buzz maybe had faded a little bit, in the weeks or months leading up to the World Cup, just expecting it to maybe, be some unfilled seats and, and some empty stadiums for certain games. But I mean, it has been, I don't want to give FIFA any credit, but they have gotten this right. Like the ticket prices are outrageous, but they made some really smart plays. The stadiums are packed. The energy is amazing. Yes, the tickets are crazy expensive, but the energy in the stands for the U.S. games, for the other games, it is unmatched. Like this, I've been to a few different World Cup matches over the years and other big sporting events. This has been incredible the last 2 weeks, whether it's a U.S. game or an England-Congo game at 11 a.m. on a Wednesday. But playing at home has been such a home field advantage. I think we all knew it would be probably an advantage. Mm-hmm. But soccer in America, we have been a visiting team in our home stadiums so many times. Costa Rica, in New York City, Mexico in Dallas, Mexico in LA. So having been to some of those games over the years, it's really fun to see a 99% true home crowd on American soil. And I think that's one of the things that's made the tournament from an American standpoint so special so far.
Speaking of the games themselves so far, now that we're out or into the thick of the knockout round, I think a lot of people, especially seeing what Paraguay did, do you give more credit to the United States team for what they did in that opening pool play contest against Paraguay? Or was maybe one of the other games, even in the loss, was there something that impressed you the most that maybe gives you a little bit more confidence as they are making their way through not only this knockout round, but hopefully a little bit further?
If we can bottle the offensive mindset, forward mentality, attacking play from the Paraguay game, that's as good as I've ever seen. In person on TV, like that was absolutely incredible, an incredible display of soccer by our guys, against Paraguay. And at the time, we're like, Paraguay's decent. Well, now obviously that win has aged a little bit better over the course of the last 2 weeks. But from an attacking standpoint, we've never played like that. There's never been an offensive performance in a major tournament like we saw against Paraguay. You're going to have to score goals to win. I don't think defensively, goalkeeping, we're good enough to probably grind out 1-0 games like maybe we were, a decade or so ago. But that's not how the team's built. This team is built to attack, and hopefully, tonight against B&H, like you say, we can come out and set the tone aggressively and maybe get an early goal and just carry that momentum. But that Paraguay game offensively was, like I said, top-notch performance.
Scott Steinbrook, the Kearney Boys High School Soccer Coach and American Outlaw, joins us here today on Middays with Matt on 1620 The Zone. Scott, when you look at Bosnia, B and H, they've kind of had the United States circled for some time, even in their last group play game. I thought it was interesting that they were already talking about eliminating the United States on their home turf. They were very, very motivated, as probably many countries are, to take down the U.S. men's national team. What have you seen from them in their matchups that maybe could cause some concern for tonight?
Well, just the fact that they qualified is obviously says they're good. Qualifying in Europe is really hard to do. If you're from Europe and you qualify for the World Cup, that means you're a pretty darn good team. They're big, they're fast, they're physical. And in previous World Cups or previous tournaments, I'd say, oh yeah, that's just like the American side. That's how we play. But we're not super big. Like, you don't look at the American team and say, oh, they're just big and athletic. I think that's kind of a stereotype. We're not. We're small and technical and fast and elusive in a lot of spots. So the physicality of Bosnia, set pieces, corner kicks, free kicks, things like. I feel like I'm talking about my high school team right there.
It sounds familiar. It sounds like old conversations we've had before.
It does. Yeah, it definitely does. but I think you can't give up, cheap corner kicks, cheap free kicks. We're going to have the ball more. We're going to outpossess them. We're going to have more scoring chances. But you just can't let your guard down. You can't make a silly mistake in the back. You can't make a sloppy foul, a sloppy tackle in or around the penalty area, because that's what Bosnia is banking on. Taking advantage of the maybe the 3 to 5 true goal scoring opportunities they have, and hopefully we'll have 10 or 12 goal scoring opportunities, and we can, I think odds makers probably see us scoring 2 or 3 goals. So I think we're definitely capable of that. And then Bosnia is pretty sound defensively as well. They'll probably be bunkered in from the start, and we'll just have to break down that low block style of play.
Scott, as we've been looking at this matchup for some time, you have a little bit of time to obviously get ready for it. It's unique in terms of, I guess, American tournaments that usually we see a faster turnaround. So I think it's just, refixing the brain a little bit there. But the odds makers have the United States men's national team as one of the heavy favorites to move forward into the next round over this Bosnia team. Yet the United States traditionally, and you mentioned kind of facing against European teams, I think they only have 2 wins all time against teams in the World Cup, outside of group play from teams from Europe. Does that translate the history of it into this Bosnia match at all? Or does it kind of just go with what you're saying before, that it's this is just how the teams are built and the United States is going to have to get through it today?
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely, a little bit in uncharted territories when we are favored in a knockout round portion of the World Cup. I don't think in my lifetime, I don't know if you could ever say we've been a favorite. Now, the expanded field to 32 teams does it does play into this. If you think, let's say we beat Bosnia in our round of 16 game is against Belgium, we wouldn't be favored against them. That's normally where the knockout round starts.
Right.
So the fact that we've bumped it back, double the size of the knockout round, probably it allows teams like us, teams like Mexico, teams like Canada, who aren't used to advancing, it makes us feel really good when we do advance. And I mean, I love the fact that Canada and Mexico both advance, but if we don't advance and Canada and Mexico do, this is going to be a historic meltdown of soccer fans and media and everything about it. So again, I'm very confident that we'll win, but there's just something about seeing Canada and Mexico already in the round of 16. All right, I guess the other North American side better show up and play and get this done. And I think we will. But it won't be easy. We're not just going to go out there and win 5-0. I think, look at all the games that have been played. There were a few lopsided matchups in the group play. You get to the knockouts, it is anybody's game. I mean, Congo was just beating England for 75 minutes. Paraguay took out Germany. Anything can happen. So hopefully some of those results have, not that our coaches and guys need more focus, but when you see some of these underdogs, advancing to the round of 16, it just reminds you that, hey, it's a one and done scenario now. So we got to be playing our best from the opening whistle to the final whistle.
Scott Steinbrook, Kearney Boys High School Soccer Coach, American Outlaw, joining us here today on Middays with Matt. Get some Central Nebraska representation in here as well. I'm curious, just because, and you mentioned, obviously working with your high school team and just what that looks like for you when you are in season in the spring and whatnot. When you have someone like Pulisic, who has just been so critical and is kind of the front-running face for this U.S. men's national team, and he's been hampered with injury, has had some time off, how do you handle that scenario if he is not 100% as of now? And I know you're not in the locker room by any means. We don't know necessarily what his health could be, and especially with some of the other names that are on this American team. But is there anything that you do as a coach that you change about whether your strategy or how you come into a contest, especially when it's win or go home?
I think you saw the change in strategy in the last group game. I think Pulisic could have played in that game a full 90 minutes if he needed to. He played, 20, 25 minutes and looked good doing it. But I think there is zero doubt in my mind that Pulisic is on the field. And if it's close, if it's 1-0, 2-1, I think he'll play the full match. If we are up 2 goals or more, I think you'll see him get subbed out at the 50 or 60 minute mark, kind of the normal sub in the international game here, and they'll play a little bit safe. But you don't want to go down with one of your captain, your go-to guy, your best player, on the bench, even if he is a little bit dinged up. At this point, you've just played a couple friendlies, you've played 3 group games. Nobody's probably 100% healthy. I'm sure they're all nursing bumps and bruises. But we'll see our best 11. We'll probably see the same lineup that we saw for the Paraguay game and the Australia game. And then I think you'll see, some of those subs, depending on the game. If we're behind or tied, you might see a guy like Reyna come in. If we're protecting, you might see a midfielder or a forward get subbed out for maybe a third center back or a more defensive-minded player. But I think you're going to come out guns blazing with our best players on the field right from the get-go tonight.
If the U.S. men's national team is to make a surprising run, even past this knockout stage and maybe even an upset in the round of 16 if they do face Belgium, would you credit it or would you guess as of right now that it would be based off of the team's performance on the field with the players and just, being a better athlete, just performing better, inside of the lines? Or do you think it has anything to do with how the coaching has went about their strategies, formations, that sort of stuff? Which do you think would be the reason for a run?
I think it's a combination of all those. But I also think it's a mentality thing as well. And I think the mentality of our current coach, Coach Pochettino, I think he has instilled what maybe this group of players has been missing maybe for the last 4 to 6 years. Because this we talk about entitlement of players, and that's a whole nother conversation. But this group has been told from the time they were teenagers that they are all American heroes. They're the greatest players of the generation, blah, blah, blah. And they're good, obviously. We all see that. We see their success with their clubs, in the Champions League, in the Premier League, in the Italian League. We see them do great things, but that hasn't translated to necessarily doing great things for the national team. But I think what the current coaching staff has done, they've pushed all the right buttons to really motivate these guys, to play as a unit, to play for your country, to play for each other. And I think that is probably as obvious and apparent to me as the technical ability, the tenacity, some of the other stuff that, the formations that we've talked about. So I think it's a combination of all those things. We have talent, we have smart coaches, but they have this mental edge and this grit that maybe we haven't seen up until, the last couple of weeks. So that's what probably excites me most about this group.
Scott, if this golden generation of soccer for the U.S. men's team is to make a run, what is going to be the distance they need to go to have everyone be comfortable and settled to say, yeah, they are probably one of the better generations of soccer that we've seen?
Absolutely, quarterfinals or bust.
Okay.
Okay. Like we have seen, and that's me. Like obviously, we had a great group. We had a great run through group play, the best we've ever done in group play. We should and will beat Bosnia tonight. But if we go out to Belgium, or even Senegal could beat Belgium, by the way.
Yes.
But if we go out in the round of 16, again, that's the same as we did in Qatar. Technically better than we did in Russia since we weren't there. But it's the same that we did in Brazil. The Brazil 2014 World Cup, the Qatar 2022 World Cup, like we knew we had good players and could potentially make a run, but we went out in the first round of knockouts. We can't necessarily say winning a knockout game in the round of 32 makes this group better because you're still just in the round of 16. I think it's gonna read well because we won our first knockout game in 30 years, whatever. But we added around, so you're not playing as good of a team. You're playing a team that's not even the top 25. You need to beat somebody good like a Belgium who's 9th or 10th in the world to really prove to the fans, the media, to themselves that, hey, we are better. We are a team to be reckoned with. So I'm saying quarterfinals or bust, and then we'll be huge underdogs in the quarterfinals. But then just let it rip. The game's back in LA. Then that home field advantage, potentially, can carry us to to at least a competitive match versus somebody like Spain.
Scott, last question I have for you. Is anyone going to catch France? It feels like they're playing on a different field than everyone else.
Oh man, they look good right now, don't they?
Yeah.
I think if 2022 was Messi's year, this certainly feels like Mbappe's year. And Fred, they are so athletic and so fast and so good. And it's the same guys and the same coaches. They're rare that they've had the same group, the same coaching staff for literally the last 3 World Cups. And it shows. They are well-oiled machine right now. So I think going into the tournament, the odds makers had Spain maybe is the odds-on favorite. I would predict that it's maybe flipped to favor France right now. But you're right; they look fantastic. So I would say they're definitely the favorite, and I think that'd be our semifinal opponent. So it's okay to dream, right? A semifinal versus France and Dallas. That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Make him wave the white flag in Dallas, right? We'll see what we can get from him. Scott, I lied. I have one more question for you, just because I know that the people listening here, usually not a whole lot of soccer talk or anything, but everyone's going to be tuned in for this one tonight. I'm curious if you can give us like a little knowledge bomb or a little knowledge nugget that people could tell other people that are at these watch parties, if they're listening right now or they listen later on podcast, whatever, can you give them something to impress their friends that will be like, oh, wow, this guy's a really big soccer head? What's something that you can give to our audience so that way they can impress their friends tonight?
All right. So everybody thinks Christian Pulisic is our best player.
Okay.
He's our most famous player, and he might be, but our most important player is the big, tall center back, Chris Richards, who usually we play 2 or 3 center backs. In my opinion, he is our most important player because he's been injured a lot, but he is healthy right now, and he is playing at an insanely high level. His value in the transfer market in global soccer is going to quadruple after this tournament. So Pulisic is a guy everybody knows. You can be a casual fan, never been to a game. Oh, they got Pulisic. Yeah, I know him. But drop the Chris Richards name. Say, hey, Pulisic's good, but Richards, the big, tall defender in the back, is truly our most important player. And I will stand by that for the rest of the tournament because he is the anchor of our defense. When he's in there, we're really, really good. When he's not in there, and he wasn't in there against Turkey, we got blitzed by Turkey, and they scored 3 goals, which they should never. They hadn't scored a goal all tournament, and they banged in 3 against us. But key ingredient, Chris Richards, was not in the back. So there's my gold nugget there for somebody to name drop Chris Richards instead of Christian Pulisic.
That's great. We're just going to talk Chris Richards the rest of this show, Scott. We appreciate you for joining in. Thanks for making some time. And I'm going to pass your name along to Matt McMaster so that way when the U.S. continues their run, they want to do more previews, they've got another soccer head to be able to talk to.
I appreciate it, Austin. I always love talking to you guys. Thanks for what you're doing for the coverage of soccer in the World Cup in your area.
Absolutely. That's Scott Steinbrook, the Kearney High School boys soccer head coach, as well as one of the founders of the American Outlaw Nebraska chapter. So the fan base gets to make a good run of it. Chris Richards, we've been talking about him the whole time.
Absolutely stealing that.
Why
Glue
not?
guy, Chris Richards back there.
Well, there's no reason Turkey should have gotten those goals in if Richard was back there. Everyone knows that.
That's a great, like, it's not a stat, but necessarily, but it's like something you can say other than just like naming the guy.
The problem is as soon as someone follows up with you, you just have to hammer in Richard more. You just be like, well, I'm just a big Richard head. That's why.
You know, defense wins championships.
Just make this into football, man. Make it into football. All right, we've got a few more things to talk about before we get to what to watch in our crossover here at the end of the hour. We will give you an update on those forum boards, and we'll find some other things to chat about coming up next here on 1620 The Zone.
Now back to Middays with Matt on 1620 The Zone.
Lots of great fun coming in that USMNT soccer preview. Appreciate Scott Steinbrook of Kearney High School Soccer for hanging out with us there. Always good to talk to our friends from Central Nebraska.
Oh, thought we were getting jacked up for the soccer.
You want to do a quick USA? USA, 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 USA. There you go, bang. It always feels good. So I went to Barrett's for the group play first round game against Paraguay, where we put belt to Paraguay, and
B2P
chanting USA with a crowd full of like soccer folk. Pretty elite. Very fun.
Kind of cathartic.
Yes.
In that, like, yeah, we're helping the team right now.
Mm-hmm. I met people that night, and I hugged one after the third goal, and I will never see that person again.
Wow.
But we had that moment.
No name hug.
We'll always have that moment.
Yeah, you will.
Couple of updates as well. Husker Online is reporting Sean Callahan. Let me make sure that I have this tweet pulled up. I thought I had it.
How many people are at the church?
Oh, here we go. Sean Callahan of Husker Online. Contract updates for Nebraska baseball staff. Will Bolt saw a $150,000 increase through
in this economy
from $500K to $650K. Weirdly enough, that's also my talent fee mark. So make sure you put that on the sheet for Usher Media to approve.
I'm aware.
Rob Childress gained an extra $25K. Lance Harvell went from $200,879 to $231,789.
Okay, weird numbers.
Right. And Mike Sirianni added
Nick's brother,
allegedly, $25K to his. So pretty good numbers. Why wasn't I a college coach? Sounds like a really good gig if you can get it.
Really missed the boat.
Yeah. I don't need millions on dollars. I could use hundreds of thousands. That would be fun.
Yeah, I would do a job that pays a lot of people millions for thousands, hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, for sure. Lots of good stuff there. A quick update on our forum boards. Unfortunately, we have been banned from one of the Ole Miss boards. The exact reasoning. Hold on, let me pull up the email because some of these you have to be approved for. And I did not go through like the On3 boards or anything like that.
Could have swore, Austin, please correct me if I'm wrong. I don't mean to step in here.
Mm-hmm.
This is America, right?
This is America.
Freedom of speech exists.
Yep.
And they're banning us from getting the word out to the fan bases.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
This is, I believe, Between the Grove for Ole Miss. And it said, hello, Hottie Toddy 91.
Good username.
We will not be
tried to trick them, didn't you?
We will not be approving this account because we believe that this is a troll job and do not appreciate fans or otherwise of other programs to infiltrate our forums. Okay.
Wow. Where'd they get that idea?
That is crazy. We would never do that. Speaking of which, Brian Kelly's stepladder on the LSU tigerbait.com.
Excellent new username.
Has not gotten any traction. 48 views, no replies. So can't get anything going. I guess they did not care about their NIL. Sad, really. The Trev Alberts post with TexAgs.com is doing well. 66 replies. It last had a reply 19 hours ago, so it's probably run its course. The discourse has stayed relatively the same. People are staying just about the same. This one from Bunk Moreland last night.
All right.
He didn't hire Elko or the volleyball coach, so he's currently riding that wave. As for the other hires, we love men's basketball early on. We're unsure about early. I think he's a smug POS. But as long as he represents us well while under contract, I'm okay with a smug POS in that role.
Bunko guy gets it.
He also spelled roll wrong. Thanks, Bunk.
The number of times that the Aggie boards have brought up volleyball is impressive. Like, I understand why. Like, they
won a national championship,
yeah, a great run. But sometimes some of those Olympic sports can get swallowed up by the quote unquote main thing.
That is true. Yeah. Interesting. No one's crediting Texas A&M for their tennis success. Interestingly enough. Interestingly enough. When we get back here, I just want to preview this because it's on my mind. We will talk a little bit. I did have a poll that went out yesterday about LeBron James's best fit for local basketball. We'll have that. We did have a poll today as well.
We did.
So make sure you're tweeting at us at Middays with Matt, as well as you can tweet at me at Austin Jacobsen, at producer Josh on the Twitter feed. That is presented by Liquid Trucking. Right? Is it more of a snowplow? Is it like a whoa?
No. The first one was more accurate and also funnier.
Oh, dang. I'm sorry. I try to be funny. We do what we can. Yeah. That's the goal. I'm very excited for tomorrow because it's topic day across the station, 6A to 6P.
Mm-hmm. You don't know the rules.
I don't. No, I'm curious. I'm very excited to talk with Unsportsmanlike Conduct and the crossover about what the rules are for this, if there are any rules, if I need to wear a shirt, that sort of thing. So,
I mean, it might help with clicks if you didn't.
Whoa. Interesting.
Just saying.
Are you suggesting that a man without a shirt, or are you saying that me specifically without a shirt would do? This is a big moment in our friendship.
Now you without a shirt on would do a couple levels higher than normal.
Thank you.
Whereas if I came in and didn't wear a shirt, there'd be a morbid curiosity. So it'd be a quick spike. And then right back down to probably even less than where we started.
Oh, no fun.
So I think you could probably hold the audience better.
Okay. That's
without
fair.
a shirt.
That's fair. I warned you at the beginning of our show that I had a rant building inside of me. I'm going to touch on the topic in which I have been building a rant for. But I want to do it in a fun way because I don't want to be upset, and I'd rather get to this tomorrow for topic.
Topic alert.
Topic alert. Do you have a strong opinion on who should be Nebraska's corporate sponsor? Should they add one to the jersey patch?
Do I have a strong opinion?
Yes. Do you have someone that you're like, oh, I'm hankering for? I want to die for this.
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, it's going to be one of three businesses, right?
Oh, name them.
Acres, FNBO, Runza.
Bang. I think Runza's out of that running because I don't think that they have the capital in which the other two that you named there.
Runza could certainly be outbid.
And also, in terms of national brand, I think Runza's cool just being inside of the stadium and doesn't necessarily need to be outside of the walls of Nebraska.
Precisely.
I think that's a very real thing. Now, FNBO, maybe they care a little bit more. They're a little bit more national, partly. I mean, they're a larger regional branch, right?
Yeah,
I've seen them. Well, I mean, I have seen them in the Kansas and Kansas City areas and such. I think Acres is probably the one that I thought of too. That probably go well. I am getting discomforted with the amount of people who have very, very strong opinions on which businesses are best for Nebraska football if they choose to put a corporate sponsor. And let me be completely clear on this too. I think Nebraska football should add a corporate sponsor to their jersey.
Passive income is good.
People. Oh no, it's building. The rant is coming. My biggest issue with where we are right now in terms of this college footballness and all this other stuff, people being the sport is ruined, the sport's never getting better, all this sort of jazz and this conversation. I hate that every single time Nebraska does something that its fan base would genuinely say is a good idea. You mentioned bringing in passive income, different forms of revenue, things to use your facilities, your uniforms, whatever, to get dollars and cents in the door, to build your NIL, to make sure that you're continuing to expand the program, to pay off your coaches, to get better people inside of the building, all that sort of stuff. This fan base always seems to have a shutter on its shoulders constantly of just being like, oh, but we shouldn't do it that way. Why? I saw this with the golf driving thing. I saw this now with the corporate sponsorships, and I think it's a ridiculous argument. And it's because they think that this is some sacred sacrament of college football for so many years, right? That there's this huge, huge ploy of people just continuing to just I guess, convince themselves that college football and all college athletics for that matter, but specifically college football, has never just been about dollars and cents. It's been different dollars and cents and who it's gone to and who it's needed for, but it has not been one that has ever shied away from trying to showcase its I guess it's monetary moments more often than not. I think that people want this childish behavior, that they're just feelings of whimsy from when they were kids and how Nebraska football made them feel whether they were the 70s, 80s, 90s, or beyond, that they think college football is supposed to be this certain frame of things. Let's all be completely clear. Nebraska football is a business. It's always been a business. And yes, winning builds you a better business. Why did they build a better strength and conditioning program back in the day? It wasn't to get their athletes bigger and stronger so that way they would feel good when they're 50 years old, or they could run faster than everybody else on the field that day. And so that way they had better athletes that could beat other teams so they could make more money, because they could sell more jerseys so that way they could be on TV more. So the NCAA, the Big 8, eventually the Big 12, and now the Big 10 can make more money off of Nebraska. It always leads back up to the top. It has always been about money. It has never not been about money. It is always about getting more fans into the stadium. It's about buying more Runzas and Valentino's Pizza and buying hot dogs and drinks and waters and everything inside of the stadium. It has always been about money. So why are you upset about what is going on at Jersey Patch now? Because you think that all of a sudden this takes away your childhood whimsy of Corey Schlesinger busting through Miami's defense as a fullback trap and scoring touchdowns because he didn't have an Acres logo on the right side of his chest plate. That's why you're upset. I don't understand how people can see that Memorial Stadium sits vacant for 90% of an entirety of a year, and it fills for 7 or 8 games, and they hold a concert after one of those, and people immediately think that this is shaming all of college football for some reason. It's not. It's a way to get more money into your facility so you can win again, so you can feel something, so you actually have a chance to be able to get wins back into your program. Because the more money you have, the better chance you have of winning football games. And if it takes concerts or golf, or if it takes putting any of the businesses that have even left this state, Cabela's, Kellogg's, ConAgra, you can put any of them on that jersey. You put them on and it gets money back to Nebraska so they can win more. You should be completely on board for it. Oh, but the ethicalness of it. Oh, I really miss how much there was only an N and the winning patch and the great tradition of Nebraska. Shut up. Just take money so you can win more. It's not the root of all evil if it leads to your wins, because at the end of the day, you're not going to care how you got the wins. You're just going to care that they won. It doesn't matter what money it took to get there. You just want them to win. And if it takes more money to win, then you need to win.
I miss when we'd give the kids a hooker and a McDonald's bag full of cash. It was more pure back then. How you feeling?
I'm glad I got that out.
You made a lot of good points.
It just feels ridiculous. Am I wrong? Like, I'm so sick of this narrative, and I know it's mostly online. It's probably, it's a small percentage of people that just don't understand. But it's constantly. They're like, well, this isn't the way we do things. This isn't the way to get people in. Why are we doing a concert after the... I don't know. I do not get it.
That's the one piece of umbrage I took with it.
The concert?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, clearly, just to keep the streak going.
Okay. Man. Again, get more people in. You sell more stuff. You make more money. You sell stuff. You sell a little beer. You do the good things. You do
more than a little bit of beer. This is Nebraska, baby.
That's what I'm saying. More money, more wins, and you shouldn't care about how it's done, because here's the grand farce of it all.
I'll ramp it back
is
up.
There is so much more stuff that you can make money on constantly that none of this is illegal anymore, right? Like, in terms of the NCAA or anything, like, they're not selling drugs. Like, they're not going to be caught by the FBI for doing this illegal activity, because they can make more money by selling you legal 16-ounce cans of Michelob Ultra inside of Memorial Stadium than you drinking it and peddling it in your driveway or sitting inside of a parking lot and drinking it during halftime of a game in which you felt so obligated that you deserve to walk back into the game for. They are wanting you to spend your money so they make more money so they can give that money to wins. That's why they're doing this.
You could, I don't know, this is just hypothetical off the top of my head. You could roll out a New Jersey and have people who just compulsively have to have the newest thing that Nebraska does. And then they buy that, and that pumps more money into your school's athletic budget, NIL fund, wherever it goes, tricky accounting on all sides, whatever. Like, gosh, I don't know, just hypothetical.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Okay, I think I contained my rant enough. I feel pretty good about that. We
Good.
do need to take a break
We do.
so that way we can get to our 2 polls and we can get into what to watch tonight. That's next on Middays with Matt on 1620 Zone. Middays with Matt on 1620 The Zone. I just love that intro. It's fantastic.
Great work, Ian and Stibbs.
Got to get more run. Austin in one more day tomorrow here on Middays with Matt. But before we let you go today and get to our crossover with unsportsmanlike conduct, a couple of polls to get to. One was from my account on the X at Austin Jacobsen. Asked this yesterday: which local basketball team is a better fit for LeBron James? Between Nebraska, Creighton, and Omaha. Omaha, 43% of the vote. Nebraska in second at 37%. I kind of like that. We did have a poll earlier today on Middays with Matt as well. So if you are looking for that poll, Josh, do you have that pulled up?
I do. Have you ever hit on a woman in front of your mother? 70% of the audience said no. They have not.
I put yes. It's more exhilarating that way.
Some people are into that. And we don't judge. We don't kink shame.
Nope. We listen and we don't judge.
That's right.
What to watch tonight, Josh?
Well, there's a lot of baseball going on right now on MLB Network. The Orioles are up 5-1 on the White Sox right now. White Sox jumped out to a 1-0 lead. Haven't scored since. After that game, they will take you to Wrigley, where the Cubs are taking on the Padres. Cubs jumped out to a 3-run first inning. They're leading San Diego 3-0 in the middle of the second. And Reds Brewers tonight at 7 o'clock on ESPN. In the World Cup, the knockout round continues. England defeated Congo earlier today, 2-1. Belgium takes on Senegal, 3 o'clock on Big Fox in Seattle. The winner of that game plays the winner of tonight's contest between the USA of A, ever heard of it, and B&H, 7 o'clock on Fox from Santa Clara Stadium. Wimbledon second round continues tomorrow on ESPN. No Serena Williams.
Whoa.
Seems like we waited all day for her to lose. Prime Video new series Elle. It is the prequel to Legally Blonde. It centers on a school-aged Elle Woods exploring the experiences that shaped her into the iconic young woman audiences came to know and love. Nope, nothing there. Okay.
Nope. Sorry.
New movie on Netflix, Enola Holmes 3.
Gross.
Adventure. Great take. Adventure follows Millie Bobby Brown's detective Enola Holmes to Malta, where her plans to tie the knot unravel when Sherlock's disappearance plunges her into a perilous new case. Here's a take. Stop giving Millie Bobby Brown work.
Except in Godzilla movies.
That's right.
Give her more Godzilla work.
And on Disney Plus today, the season 2 premiere of X-Men 97.
I could be in. I could be in on that.
Yeah.
That could be a lot of fun.
They did a fine job with the first one.
Yeah, I could be on in that. I am rewatching season 1 of Andor right now because I've yet to see season 2.
Okay.
So figured it was appropriate to watch season 1 again. I did forget how long those seasons are. So I need to watch those all the way through. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Piece by piece. Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. All right, Josh, it's been a lot of fun. We got one more day together.
We do.
We're going to have a fun time.
Topic Alert Day.
Topic Alert. We have more great guests, obviously. Topic Alert Day. We're going to find out more about that. We'll learn it all together. That'll be a good time. Thanks for letting me rant earlier. I appreciate that. The rant gong was a very good bit. I did like that.
We needed it.
We did. I appreciate that. We got it out of the system.
Now,
and,
sadly, because you went on your rant, we did not get to the Mekhi Nelson thing.
I knew we forgot
We
something.
will get to it. It's important that we discuss it, and we will discuss it when the time is right.
When the time's right, and maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow we will get to the Mekhi Nelson thing. Until then, it's a crossover with Unsportsmanlike Conduct coming next on 1620 The Zone.